Hi, I'm Jackson Lanzing, and welcome to V.A.S.T. This is our third episode of our off-season Tales from V.A.S.T, wherein we get a chance to go around our universe in space and time and see a little bit of what has happened before the events of Season 1 of V.A.S.T. In week 1, we took you back to the Brightest Eye, where we showed you the first military engagement for the Brightest Eye we would come to know as Visionary Destroyer, but at the time we knew as Partisan Teacher. His friend Infinite Seeker, his brother Noble Defender, and the Limb who would someday reclaim her name as Pac-Ha. That was the Battle of Farm World, and came from from one of our fans on the Alpha forums, as all of these episodes do. Our second episode took you back to the childhood of Lulu and Rake, Yikjal Moore, and showed you that it was kind of a hard time growing up as a young Kirei when you weren't eaten by the rest of your litter. It's a weird, they have a really complex system over there. And we also met the old wizard in the New Forest, a dangerous, strange Tal Klee who was defeated by the children after kidnapping a bunch of small Kirei children, but whose whereabouts are now mysteriously unknown. So this week, we're going to go way further back. In fact, we're going to go, 150 years back?
Ish, more like 100.
100 years back. We're going to go 100 years back, deep into the history of the planet that we now call Terra, the place where the Pac-Ha settled humans after the Slate wiped out Earth. And we are going to tell the story of a hero of Captain Bard's, the Prince Sojourner of the Sojourner peoples, Charlotte Rampel. So tonight, get ready for a little bit of history. A little bit of wartime swashbuckling, probably some long sequences of people walking. It's going to be a good time. Tonight on Tales from V.A.S.T, we bring you, from the mind of alpha user Saftware, the Rampel Gambit. And we're back. Hey, what up, you guys? We have once again a whole new little setup here. Rather than our normal 5, we have a 3 split. We have and 3 characters who you've never heard of. So hooray! Though 2 cast members who you've met and 1 you haven't. So let's go through it really fast. Let's introduce ourselves, starting with Amy.
Hello, my name is Amy Dallin, and I will be playing Charlotte Rampel.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Amanda Powers, and I will be playing Kayla Torvis.
Whoa! I'm going to do that after every line because people don't know who these people are.
And I'm Rick Bear. I'm playing Gerard Shin.
Rick Bear is also one of the writers in the V.A.S.T room. I know a lot of our fans have come to know him as our resident expert on Terra. That is because Rick took the reins from really early on in designing a really in-depth and well-thought-out history and governmental structure for Terra so that one day we could use it. I saw this back in Season 1, and the first thing I did was go, you could run an entire campaign in this setting. This is awesome. And so while we are definitely going to be looking to tell more stories there in the future, I wanted to get ahead of it here in Tales from V.A.S.T, and I thought Saftware's suggestion was just right on point. So here we are inviting Rick onto the show. I'm very excited. Rick was also one of my very first Trek gamers, so I've had a lot of time rolling with Rick. For anybody who's really curious on how that looked, you can dig deep into my Twitter feed. I have a long thread about all these characters, and his was the very first. So check it out. And Amanda's will be the very next. I'm just need to find
Ooh, so exciting.
I just need to find time to write it. I have your portrait and everything. I just haven't written it.
I haven't seen it yet.
I know.
Boo.
I know. I'm the worst. Without further ado, I think what I want to do is get us a little bit of give a little bit of history. You guys have some context, but I want to give the audience some context in terms of where we're starting this story, and then I just want to get it going, huh? It's gonna be fun. Okay, so let me give myself some music from our friends at Sirenscape, once again making the greatest of RPG music suites. Thank you, guys. I'll go to an old V.A.S.T standby here. There we go. So, let's talk about Terra. In 2025, our time, right? So, a little less than 10 years from now, Earth was destroyed by the Slate. When this happened, the Pac-Ha rolled in and managed to pull about 3 billion people off the planet. The population at the time was 8.3 billion, so about 5.3 billion people were lost. But the 3 billion who were saved were relocated to a small planet, relative to, I guess, larger planetary scale, a planet, about the same size and atmospheric composition as Earth, that they called Terra. For about 25 years, they established a planetary infrastructure. They built cities. They built basic communication grids, all the things that we would need in order to survive once they landed us there. And then we took over the planet, and it became ours. Terra is very similar to Earth, with one big difference, which is that the planet has essentially the same land to water ratio that Earth does, but it only has one large continent that basically runs diagonal to the center, to the gravitational axis, or the rotational axis, sorry, around the planet. So you sort of have a northeast area. Think of it as a big, sliver. You have a northeast area. You have a southwest area. These areas were, encouraged by the Pac-Ha to create some kind of unified government. Didn't work out so well. Humans were not great at unified government. And because the Pac-Ha aren't really interested in forcing anybody to do anything, they allowed for this sort of split over to happen. And as a result, over the course of a good long time, we ended up with two factions and eventually two organized governments. On one side, the Sojourners, who think of them in the sort of northeast side of that thing. The Sojourners were essentially what they sounded like. They were people who wanted to go out into the stars, who wanted to embrace this new world that the Pac-Ha had given us, give new technology, or take new technology from the Pac-Ha, find new adventures out in the stars. They were sort of the futurists, as it were, of this new organization. To the southwest, you have the Returners. And the Returners have an equally valid argument, essentially designed around staying ourselves, looking back to our history, making sure that we know where we came from, where we went wrong, where we went right, how Earth can, sort of seeing Earth as a place that can't go forward until we really look backward and take stock and understand who we were. As a result, the Sojourners ended up with something of a homogenous system. That's just starting around the time of our story here. They've had a unified government for, 35 years, something like that?
Yeah, more or less.
That unified government started under a guy named
Trevor Rampel.
Trevor Rampel. Sorry, so many Rampels.
There's a lot.
There are, but we're going to get them right tonight.
There's ample Rampels.
Ample Rampels! It's true. But only one who was this important, Trevor Rampel, who was the first guy to sort of step around to all of the Sojourner territories, which were all sort of local governance, and said, guys, we can do this together. We can all be one people. We can all work together and sojourn off the planet. And he was very charismatic, and he had a great smile, and he had a great personality, and he was really just like a winning politician. And he became, as a result, essentially the autocratic head of state for the entire Sojourner population. Because this worked out so well under him, and because he did not leave an heir, this autocratic position became this family position within the Rampel society. It went to his sister's son afterwards, correct? And then from there, down that line. So his sister's son, another Rampel, it wasn't Matthias, who was the one before him? Darn.
I actually can't remember.
Yeah, one of them. We had this.
Joseph. Yes.
There we go, Joseph.
Rampel.
Joseph Rampel was also well loved, tried to move a lot more sort of unified progressive theories forward, didn't work out so well, which leaves us with Matthias Rampel. Now, before we get into his story and what it means to us, because that's essentially where we're going to start our story, I want to talk about the other side, the Returners. We talked about the flotillas coming off and taking people off of the planet. one of the things that they did was they took off various populations from where they were, right? So the Chinese population pulled up in one flotilla. The Indian population pulled up in one flotilla. The American population pulled up in one flotilla, et cetera, et cetera. As a result, when they were deposited back on Terra, they were deposited in a lot of these geographical groups. And so the returners ended up actually being a bunch of smaller nations, all of whom were really trying to hold on to their initial cultural concepts. Their old ways of doing things, their old ways of building cities, their old ways of building governments. And so as a result, they have ended up being a lot more of a chaotic governance system. They have a capital city called Cacophony, where that borders most of their of the 6 major nations, and that's a place that they all agree on what to do and how to do things. They have their own trade regulations, they have their own governance systems individually, and they all trade through a massive kind of exchange called the Nete, but you're probably not going to be relevant tonight. Regardless, they have their own systems. They probably look a lot more like ours. And they have had a hard time agreeing with the Sojourners on what to do with this planet, because they don't want to take anything from the Pac-Ha, because they don't necessarily want to go to space. They don't necessarily want to give up their cultural identities. And that's where the war comes in. Matthias Rampel is kind of a bad egg. He uses power for his own means. He undoes the work of his predecessors. He mostly focuses on his own well-being, his own comfort, and his own pleasure.
Not based on anyone in particular. I'd just like to say.
He's deeply indebted to the Russians. He had a bit of a fight with the returners at a large-scale peace conference that was designed initially to open up talks between these two places to find some kind of common ground. Unfortunately, that common ground did not find hold on either side. And Matthias Rampel was particularly incensed by how he was treated. So he returned to the capital of Sojourner territory, which is called Journeyman's Rest, and launched a missile strike on many targets across Returners' territory. These were not civilian targets, these were military targets, and as a result ended up having a great deal of initial first strike military capability, but also kicked off a war right then and there. Returner troops fled or pushed deep into Sojourner territory before they even had responses up, because this guy essentially did it on a lark. He didn't have troops ready at the border, and thus the war began. Called the war because it is the only war. This war, which historically now is known as the Sojourner-Returner War, has been waging, as far as our story is concerned, for about 5 years. It has taken about 17 million lives on either side. It has been a economic disaster for both sides. It has been obviously a casualty disaster for all sides, and yet, despite the fact that this war fought with automatic weapons and tanks and drones and bombs and fighter jets, all of these things being used and all of these things being bought and wasted and made and wasted and bought and used and they can't find their way out. And that's because Matthias Rampel has no interest in ending the war until he's won, and yet there's been a war at the border. There's been a battle at the crossing for over 90 days. So about 2 weeks ago, Matthias Rampel was publicly challenged by his son. Call him... let's call him Thomas Rampel. It's Tom's namesake. It'll be fun. Mm-hmm. Thomas Rampel challenged his father. His father outsmarted him, brought him into a public square for execution, and prepared to kill his own son. Charlotte Rampel, his sister, Thomas's sister, what'd she do?
She had to stop it.
And so, with her own personal guard, she stormed the square, and while her brother was being executed using chemical poison, she killed her father. Publicly. Saved her brother, though he is still hospitalized, and has in the last 2 weeks taken control of Sojourner territory. And now, she must stop a war she never planned to lead. And that is where we begin this episode of Tales from V.A.S.T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for all that Terra history.
Yeah, you bet. A lot of drama in this family.
Everybody thank Rick. He wrote
Yay.
pages and pages and pages
Thank
so
you.
that we could do this well. All right. So, Sojourner, the Palace of the Sojourners is located right in the heart of Journeyman's Rest. A beautiful city made with a combination of Terran and Pac-Ha technologies. The palace itself is surrounded by wide gardens. It's a beautiful place. And you have taken to running these gardens, Charlotte, every morning since you were a small girl. Leaving the capital has never been possible. You've remained here your whole life. But running, that you can do. So we pick you up on a run. It's been 2 weeks since your father was deposed and since you took command. Alongside you, you can hear or sort of back behind you, you begin to hear footsteps. Fast-paced at your back. As if they're catching up to you.
Tuck over to the side here.
As you look back, you see the familiar face of Milan Garto, the captain of what was your father's guard and is now your guard.
Good morning.
Prince Sojourner, do you mind if I join you?
Of course.
We have, as you instructed, brought together the military councils, and we are prepared to receive orders.
Right.
The battle at the crossing wages on. It is in its 94th day. I fear we are no closer to victory there. I look forward to perhaps a new stratagem. Some manner of war fighting that we have not yet seen.
We're going to have to do things a bit differently. It's 94 days too many. What is Jason's last name? Rao. Is there any word from Jason Rao? Has he any ideas?
General Rao has been less than enthusiastic for the past few weeks. His troops have resorted to eating beyond their rations. They have been forced to double back from the crossing. It is not quite the showing he made upon the Golden Plains. I fear, without personal leadership, he will not see the battle won. And he is yet our greatest military commander. I would not know what to do.
Is there any other news?
Nothing worth your time, milady. Simply, my prince, probably. Nothing worth your time, my prince. There are a few arrests, return of spies and the like. But nothing you need worry yourself about. For now, we simply need to know what our strategy is to be if we are to save our people and win this war.
Among the captured returners, are there any who've proven cooperative?
Why, yes, milady. My prince, I'm gonna get used to this.
I'm not used to it either.
It is strange. He stops, out of breath. I'm not as used to running as you, and yet I am well trained in the military arts.
Energy I have. Something, at least.
To be truthful, my prince, your father had us execute every returner spy we found. We've yet to truly understand what it means for one to be cooperative.
Right. Sounds like him.
Yet, we do have one who has, well, if not helpful, he has at least proved charming and popular among the ranks. He knows our ways, has spent time among our people. He bore no love for your father, and so and so has made some friends among those among the guard who had similar feelings.
I should like to meet this man.
The military leadership waits for you, and you would like to meet a spy? It can be done, my prince. I simply question the wisdom.
We're trying different things.
Indeed. Well then, I'll have him brought from the dungeon. And he runs back ahead of you, clearly trying to run, but kind of jogging and limping a little bit, because he's just not as in shape as you are. About 20, 30 minutes later, as you are getting cleaned up from the run and you sort of put back on your royal finery, do you wear, I'm interested in this, do you wear more like, and this is really a question for you more than anything, do you wear more military style clothing? Are you looking to wear more, are you more of like a dresses kind of person? Are you more of a suits kind of person? What's the Charlotte Rampel style?
And it's 2070 something by old Earth reckoning, right?
Sure.
Some kind of simple pants outfit, probably.
Cool. So you are putting on the remainder of a relatively slim sort of suit style outfit, marked with the sort of famous family crest of the Rampels. When there's a knock on your personal chambers.
Who's that?
My prince, we have the prisoner you requested.
Excellent. Enter.
The door opens and two Sojourner guards enter, both in their red and white uniforms. They have these sort of tall hats. It's all very stately. And they are holding from either end a man who looks like he hasn't eaten well for the past couple of days. He is in simple rags and bears a sort of, unlike most of the Sojourner population, which is very racially mixed, he is very clearly of sort of old Earth Chinese and sort of mixed Chinese-Western descent. It's sort of a European Chinese feel. This is Gerard Shin, played by Rick.
Yeah. He looks much like this.
And I had a quick question, because you made my mother's name June Rampel.
Yes.
I'm going to guess me too. Should have
Possibly.
said this beforehand.
Yeah,
I just
we
got curious and forgot to
probably
ask
should
you.
have. It's nebulous. Like everybody on the Sojourner side is fairly mixed at this point.
It's only been 50 years, but we
Yeah.
quickly dissolved most old...
I mean, for the most part, yeah.
It's part of the culture.
Yeah. Okay.
So they carry him in. and they sit him in a chair that they bring with them. They don't dare to sully one of your chairs. And they sort of lie the little side chair and plop Gerard in.
Hello. I'm Charlotte Rampel.
I know. It's a nice place you got here. Very well appointed.
What's your name?
Shin.
Shin?
Yeah.
Where were you captured?
Not too far from the crossing.
And you fight for the returners?
I wouldn't say fight. Kind of have my own thing going on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what's that?
Let's just say I liberate property and take it where it would be more useful.
We found him stealing cars filled with supplies. Rations headed for the crossing.
It's another way of putting it.
Right. What do you think of our war?
Are you kidding? What do I think of your war?
What would you do to end it?
What would I do to end it? Oh God, that question is hilarious coming from a Rampel. Give me a second. Give me a second.
You will respect the princess. Prince, sorry. Gosh, I'm gonna get this right. You will respect the Prince Sojourner.
Many things have changed. The title's just one of them.
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty fed up with this war, to say the least. I'd like to see it ended. I'm tired of my friends and family dying.
We all are.
So why am I here?
We're going to end it, but I need help.
Okay.
Do you know the ways to cacophony?
I know a lot of ways to cacophony. You want to go to cacophony?
This has gone on too long. We have to stop it.
So, what are you proposing?
I need to talk to your leaders. And I need to get there without pushing the front to the city. No one wants that.
You want to go to cacophony to talk to our leaders. You know, the last time a Rampel went to cacophony to talk to our leaders, it didn't go very well. People are still dying from it.
One of those that died from it was him. I was there. Mine was the hand. You may have heard.
Yeah.
Will you help me? 17 million lives lost.
What do I get?
Maybe you're not the guy.
Shall we return him to the dungeons?
Feed him, patch him up, and let him think about it.
Yes, my prince. And they grab you by both of your arms, pick you up, and start to carry you out of the room. Anything you want to say before you're out?
Nope.
All right. Sorry, I'm just writing about how much I love this character. Okay, sorry, I was there. Mine is the hand is like my new favorite V.A.S.T line of all time. So you carry her out, or you carry him out. You are fed well that night. A little table is brought to your cell, a little platter with like some actual food on it, and a little note from from your standing guard that says "Lucky Bastard" on it. Meanwhile, you are expected in front of the military leadership.
Okay.
To make the case for your plan.
Are we telling them about the plan?
It's up to you. So so you step into the room. Melon Garto is there, standing just to the side of you. There's a podium for the Rampel, and then a sort of large round table, essentially, for all of your various military leaderships. You have the head of your Air Force, you have the head of your intelligence service, you have the head of your Navy, you have the head of your Special Forces, etc. And they're all kind of lined up around for the first time ever, at least first time in your rule. Hold on a second. Probably wrong.
I'm taking it for granted that I have made diplomatic overtures and they have been refused.
Yes. In fact, they've never been answered.
Yeah.
There's as you step in, Garto announces you. Prince Sojourner Charlotte Rampel, all rise. Whole room rises as you stand to the podium.
Be seated.
Everybody does. They're all Transformers.
Hello. I'm not the one any of you expected to be standing here, but here we are.
The head of
Tell me of my father's war.
The head of the military stands. My queen. My prince. Damn. I'm gonna get this.
It's all right,
prince.
we're all getting used to it.
Yeah. The war wages as hard as ever. Our valiant troops fight bravely upon the crossing, where they have fought back wave after wave of returner forces. We believe that another month or so of commitment of forces should win us the day, and we should be able to move the front at least 5 miles inward, there to begin anew. Within the next 2 to 3 years, we should find the front close enough to Cacophony to begin bombardment, and there I shall hand it to our noble air forces, and I will allow their stratagem to proceed. And the Air Force general stands. My queen. From there,
Prince.
my prince. From there, we shall be dropping the full might of our nuclear arsenal upon the capital city of Cacophony, as per your father's initial battle plans. The concept here being that the overwhelming force of destroying the single city of Cacophony should create enough will for peace on the side of our enemy that the 6 returner nations shall require little to no military action. We should be able to, at that point, dissolve their relative governances and include them into the Sojourner Nation for a period of reconstruction before we head towards a unified future. This may be capable this may only entail the deaths of a few millions, which at this point, unfortunately, is but a footnote to the casualty list of this war. And the intelligence services stands up. We have every indication that that we have nuclear capability and first strike capability on the returners. We do not believe that they are themselves nuclear capable, and even if they were, I don't think that they have the infrastructure to strike us at this time. All of our intelligence sources indicate this. We should be able to end the war swiftly once we're able to move the front close enough to launch ICBMs.
You have all served my father well. I thank you for that. But this will not happen. This war was wrong from its beginning. Our way is right. Embracing the future is right, but forcing it on others is not. And killing for it is bizarre. So here's what we're going to do. For 2 weeks, we will defend ourselves, but we will not push. I have a plan. You all stood behind me after what my father did. And I trust that you will now. But there are very few people I can trust with this.
We can't lay down arms without an agreement from the other side. But there is no such thing as winning this war. Peace through devastation is meaningless.
Peace through devastation is the only peace available to us.
What if there's another?
My prince, if there is another, this council must know it.
And you will.
In the meantime, keep as many of us alive as you can. But work on the nuclear arsenal will stop immediately. We look to the future, not the past. Feel free to join the returners if you feel differently.
Ooh.
Sick burn.
Sick burn. All right, you're going to roll.
Royal burn.
This is a command check. Good old-fashioned Lucy Bard command check, but with your new stats. So give me a second to put it together. Doop doop, doop doop doop. Well, let it never be said that Charlotte Rampel isn't real good at talking.
Jack made her stats, by the way, for those about to be like, this min-max nonsense.
Yeah, I built her specifically to do this. And that's because from a historical perspective, she needs to have a striking chance at doing the thing that we've already established she did.
It's gonna be real funny if I mess it up.
Yeah, we'll break the entire history of V.A.S.T.
Yeah.
if she can't make some of these rolls. So, check for 35, please.
Right, okay.
Command check for 35.
8,
A mad check.
10 at a time. Let's start with some ones. Yeah.
Woo!
Cool. That was 10.
Whoop whoop.
That's better. Da-da-da. That was 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm sorry, what did she just roll?
35.
35.
Yeah. It's her big check.
Wait, is that the official biggest roll now? I feel like
Is it? It might be.
one of
We'd
the
have to go
highest
back. We'd have to
Definitely
go
up
to the
there.
fans. I'm pretty sure somebody broke 40.
V.A.S.T. Facts, where are you?
Yeah. Help me, V.A.S.T. Facts. You're my only hope.
Okay. Okay, most of the ones came on the first one, so I'll just take out these 4 and then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
that seems good to me. I don't know.
How to do?
Pretty good.
14.
That's a pretty good roll. So they are going to
Confused generals, I'm so sorry.
yeah, so they sort of start to mutter amongst themselves, but they understand what they are to do. They're going to defend and not move forward towards their 3-year nuclear strike option, and instead are going to take a 2-week defensive for you to make your case. However, if in that 2 weeks they do not see a plan in action that they can support, you may well find yourself with a military that no longer follows your options. This is a unpopular decision, and you can tell that while they will follow your lead, they were really excited to end this war in a big way.
6 years from now.
3 years from now, yeah. But they were psyched for that. You're going to have to deal with the fact that now you've promised them a different kind of thing.
Yeah.
So with that said, you've got your, you have Gardo sort of near you, and he turns to you as they begin to shuffle out. My prince, I hope you know what you're doing.
I hope so too. I know that was disorienting. I'm sorry I couldn't prepare you.
Does this have to do with the spy I sent you to your quarters?
It does. Can I trust you, as I always have?
I am, as always, even when I served your father, yours.
We're going to end it. I'm going to go to their city, I'm going to find their leaders, and we're going to put a stop to all this completely needless bloodshed. 17 million people, Gato.
17 million too many.
But obviously, I can't exactly broadcast that I plan to sneak into the enemy capital.
No.
I need help. Can you find Kayla?
Kayla Torvis. You must be kidding.
Who would you trust more?
Only myself?
We need you here.
I do not trust these men further than I can throw them, yes. I must stay. Kayla Torvis. Last I heard, she was on the outskirts of Journeyman's Rest. They don't see her much inside the city anymore, but word is she's been traveling from tavern to tavern, from small town to small town, ever since she left your service. Not exactly a reliable protector, I must say.
She had reasons for leaving my service.
Yes, she had a problem with my orders.
Not you, my father.
Well,
We all have our differences
your
with
father
him.
did not need to feel the wrath of her punch. My jaw's still sore.
Who
It
else
is your
armed? Who do you want?
it is your orders, my prince, and I will happily oblige.
I know it's mad, but if I can get there, if I can talk to them, I know I can do something. They haven't answered us, they haven't dealt with us. No one wants this. But we can't send an army. So if the spy is willing to help us,
Well, if you can't send an army, you might as well send Kayla Torvis.
Right? Jolly good.
And with that, jolly good. Hip hip. Tally ho.
This is like a British World War II movie,
It's
right?
just
sorry.
great.
Like you're all in the
just
you're in the
great.
RAF.
Not
It's
a lot
just
of
great.
reason for British. It just felt fun.
Okay, so we're going to, on that note, go across the city, far off, to another place.
Do I think you said a pub?
I did.
That's what he said.
I did indeed. So, we sort of lens in down so out on the outskirts of Journeyman's Rest, it becomes a little bit more like an old traditional small town. There are small downtowns, crowded marketplaces, all the like. We kind of lens in on a little like ramen noodle stand where the imposing figure of Kayla Torvis sits. You're all alone. No one's bothering you. And a hot plate of ramen is slipped in front of you just the way you like it.
Thank you.
Quite. That'll be... What's the Sojourner currency?
Oh, that's interesting. I have no idea.
Nice.
Credits.
Yeah.
Just credits.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
That'll be 10 credits.
Put it on my tab. You know I'm good for it.
All right. Always with the tab. And he goes back and writes on a long list, and there's if it were a chalkboard, it would just have like a million check marks in it.
Always with the best ramen in town, Dave.
You know it, Kayla. You know it. But I'm not gonna be able to make this if you buy me out of house and home, so the next job you do, you come back, you give me my 10 credits. Yeah? We're friends. And he walks up to start ramen for somebody else. Slowly, however, you hear clicking boots from behind you in the marketplace. Military boots.
Dave, where's my beer, man?
And he turns around. Go! Coming! 1 minute! Kayla Torvis comes from like right behind you. You turn around to see 3 large, imposing soldiers. The leader of them is a scoundrel you've run into a couple of times. Goes by the name of Biloxi. He comes from returner territory, but he mostly spends his time here now. He's got kind of a like... oh, well, the name's gone, so he's got kind of a wiry disposition. Looks at you. Thought I told you next time I saw you'd be the last time I saw you.
Hey there, Bill. How's it going? Feels like you've told me that about 5 times now. Holds less weight each time.
Yeah, well, when you drop me on a job in the middle of returner territory, you start to maybe wonder if you gotta start following in on your threats.
If I recall, there was a good reason for that.
Oh, yeah? And what was that?
I don't recall, but I'm pretty sure there was a good reason for it.
And his 2 guys on either side of you reach for their pistols.
Really? Really? Guys, my ramen just got here and I'm waiting for my beer. What the fuck?
I'm paying these guys good money. Good money that you owe me. And I gotta say, I don't think either of these guys are leaving without their 300 credits.
So basically, Billy, what you're telling me is that you don't think you can take me on your own. Is that what I'm hearing right now? Because that's just sad.
Okay, I want you to roll an intimidation check. And this isn't for Biloxi, but it's for his dudes. Hold on a second, I'm gonna make it for you.
I'm sorry,
Biloxi dudes.
it's Billy now.
Billy.
Yeah, it's Billy.
Billy. And I'm gonna do a little bit.
I'm gonna roll real dice today. I'm pretty excited.
Your intimidation check is a 17.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I'm kind of scared. I haven't rolled real dice before yet, and
nice.
I'm afraid they're gonna fail me. So we'll see how it goes.
Will you be a Jody or will you be a Colin?
Oh god.
You decide.
I
Wow,
think the
That's a
dice
9.
decide.
that was great. Or yeah, I guess the dice decide, less you decide.
Yeah, that's not good.
Hey.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. Right?
Wow. Nice. Good
Yeah!
check.
Okay, dice, we're friends now.
Okay, you're gonna check against that. One of the two, takes his hand away from his gun and kind of looks at Biloxi. Biloxi? And he's like, what? I don't have time for that. You didn't tell me we were gonna be going after Kayla frickin' Torvis? And Biloxi looks at him and goes, you're serious? You're serious right now? Yeah. Can't find good help anywhere. And he pulls a gun and he shoots the guy and he falls down dead. The marketplace stops for a second. And then Bill takes his gun and slowly holsters it again.
Just for funsies, can I loot that guy?
Absolutely. As the market goes back into being a fully bustle mode, everybody's used to the, oh man, somebody just got shot, all good. And they keep going. You step down to the body and loot him.
Well, sure. Gonna keep a hand on my sword.
Okay.
But not. But yeah.
So katana at your hip, blunderbuss on your back. You have a hand on your katana as you step down off of your bar stool and reach down to him. Go ahead, and this is going to be an investigation check. Hold on. Wits, investigation, larceny, streetwise, military training, and cybernetics. 18.
Okay, so. Okay. Oh no, man down.
And while you're doing this, think about a physical description for this character, and then tell me
Me?
what she, yeah.
Oh.
And then at some point or another, tell me what
Okay.
she looks like.
These are good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Double plus good.
Damn, dice love me right now. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so.
You missed an 8.
Oh, hey, look at that. Wait, that can't be right. Hold on.
No, I'm pretty sure it's right.
What?
Did you roll crazy?
It's pretty good.
18.
Oh my god! Okay,
There are like
well,
4 crits in there. I don't know.
wow. So you find a wallet with no less than 350 credits in it. You also find a fake ID, a returner ID, and a small like holdout pistol in his ankle.
Oh, so he's a returner.
Well, he clearly operates on both sides of these fences.
Okay.
Because the ID, like you find a couple of, I'm sorry, a couple of different returner IDs. There's 3 of them.
Okay.
They all have the same photo on them.
Okay.
Then you find a holdout pistol, which is, and I'll run down that damage if you ever use it.
Okay.
But it'll be just sort of a cool little backup weapon for you.
Okay.
And
In case you need an extra weapon.
and yeah,
One
yeah, like
never
you
knows.
You need another weapon. There you go.
Hey, Dave. This helps, right?
And he turns around and he walks back with 2 beers and sets them down and takes the 350 and
Sweet.
goes, dang, I think that's like half your tab, Kayla. And he goes back and he crosses a couple of things out and puts it down and starts whistling to himself. He's in a cheery mood.
And
now.
you doubted me, Dave.
Me? Never. No. Nah. Share the beer with your friend. What's his name? Who's your buddy?
Oh, his name's not important, Dave. He's not someone's gonna be sticking around too long. Don't worry about it.
My name's Biloxi, and I'll have one of them beers for sure. Dave. Dave kind of like stops and turns around. He feels like he's caught between the two of you. Looks to Biloxi.
It's your joint, Dave.
Sorry, buddy, we don't serve assholes. And he turns around and he just keeps working.
Did you hear that? Man. Not sure where they serve me then, but whatever.
And Biloxi steps up. I've had enough of this. No more games. Just gave that guy 350 credits.
What happened to the other guy, by the way?
He's still there. He's still got his
Oh,
gun.
so he didn't leave.
No.
Oh, okay, fine.
Me and my buddy, we'll be taking you, we'll be taking the money, or we'll be taking both.
Oh, this is the part where I laugh, I think, right? Because that's hilarious.
All right. If a fight's what you want,
It's not what I want. I'm sitting here eating my ramen and drinking a beer, and you came up behind me, man. Like, what do you want from me?
I want my money.
What money?
The money you left with. We were on a job. You left me on that job. You took the money. Now you're here paying for ramen with my man's money. So I want what's
The
mine.
man that you just shot in cold blood.
Stop trying to confuse me.
It's not hard, Billy. Goodness, man. Like, come on. Do you really think that the fight's gonna go any better than this conversation? I'm gonna give you a chance to turn right back around and just leave me the fuck alone.
Okay, one more 17 intimidation check.
Ones don't live here. Watch this be the one that fails. All right.
He can just barely tell he's been insulted.
No, that does not look as good. Nope, I turned that one. Oh, hey. All right. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, check against you. All right, his second buddy looks over and goes, "Yeah, I'm out, Biloxi. There's better ways to make a dime. Sorry, buddy." And goes off, and Biloxi looks at him. Are you?
Listen, Billy, you look like you're having a rough day. I have an extra beer here. Why don't you have it? Maybe get some ramen, have a nice meal. We'll just call it a day. You know what you did, and you know why you didn't get paid. You get a free beer out of this.
It's the last time I stick my neck out for you. Fine. 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 Just give me the damn beer. And he sits down at the bar, shaking his head. You know, I really thought I had you this time.
It's good to see you too, Billy.
When all of a sudden,
Dead body's still down there. I was like, "Yeah,
People just
well."
stepping over it. Dogs sniffing at it.
we'll pull out from that and zoom back in to that Sojourner prison cell. You wake up the next morning to find Charlotte Rampel sitting in your cell. She's in street clothes. Her hairstyle's different. Her face has actually been surgically altered a little bit, just to make it easier to pass among
Nice.
people.
Makes
to
me
whom
feel slightly less crazy about my plan.
it is famous. She has a sort of cloak on. She's ready to go. Pause this out. And yeah, you guys are alone together. Go for it.
Well, Good morning. Have you thought about it?
You've been sitting there long.
You'll find I'm a bit stubborn.
I'm beginning to see that. Okay. You want to go to Cacophony.
I do.
How do you plan on doing that?
That's why I was hoping you could help a bit. If I go with the army, many will die. If we go by ourselves, with just a trusted friend, I think we have a chance.
Okay, when this is all over, I get out of here with a full pardon.
I'm asking a lot of you.
And someplace quiet to live. Little corner of Sojourner territory somewhere.
You're all welcome. You always were. Our nation should never have been at war to begin with. This was wrong to start with, it's wrong now, and it ends as quickly as we can manage. And with as few lives lost.
Okay. All right, I'll bite. What do you need?
We need some roads, a bit less heavily traveled. Know anything about that?
A little bit. Traveled a few of those roads. I can do that. And you want to go talk with the returner leadership.
Do you know anyone who can get us in?
Yeah, I think I might.
I have to let you know, if anything happens to me, if we fail in our mission, the generals who answered to my father have a plan too horrific to describe. I won't let it happen, but I need to live to see that happen. If you hand us over, you're dooming both our nations.
Okay.
But if you can deliver me to the leaders of the returners, and if we can put an end to this war, there's nothing you won't deserve.
Okay. I think I can get you in. Getting into the city is going to be a little bit harder. But I think we can manage it. I still have some contacts. And I have some contacts who might be able to put us in touch with the leadership. Maybe even get you a meeting with the whole council.
That would be perfect.
I'll have to contact them once I get back to returner territory. There's a few people who owe me some favors. I'm going to have to call every single one of them, but I think this might be worth it.
We won't be entirely alone.
I certainly hope not. Are you going to fight whoever we come across?
I'm a little handier than I look, I promise, but luckily, I know someone a bit handier than I am. I'm going to assume we have reached out to her, but I haven't heard yet that she's in.
Yeah, you will be rendezvousing with her directly. Yes.
So, how big is this team that we're talking about sending in?
There's only one, but I think she's all we'll need.
Okay. Okay, I hope she's good.
She's very good. I hope I can do what I've promised to do.
All right.
And as long as you can do what you've promised to do, then we're all right. All right?
All right. I'm in.
Shall I call you Gerard?
You can call me Shin.
Shin. Charlotte.
Do you mind if I don't?
We'll revisit that.
Fair enough.
And with that, the two of you head out. You are given a small, like, civilian transport, a car, essentially, to get you where you need to go. Technology on Terra being what it is, it's actually relatively similar to a modern-day vehicle. Fossil fuels, solar power.
The returners use fossil fuels. The sojourners don't so much.
They'd be using Pac-Ha, like.
Yeah,
power
like
cells
fuel
at this
cell
point.
technology.
Yeah, you'd have power cells.
Probably hydrogen-based or something.
Yeah. So this actually it's a hover car.
Thank
Super
you for
silent.
not making me roll for like my own bullshit as I pretend to be extremely confident about how this is all going to go.
No, it's good.
way.
I'm not gonna make you roll. If he's not gonna challenge you on it too hard, I'm not gonna make you roll too hard. That's the fun of player stuff. You guys only have to roll against each other when you are really against each other.
Right.
So that car goes into like essentially the red light district out on the outskirts of town where you've been told that you're going to be picking up Kayla Torbus. Kayla, you have received a message through your old contacts at the palace, but you got it in the middle of a long night of hard drinking, and so as a result, you haven't really taken much of a look at it. You know that it's sort of like you have an email waiting, but you haven't really gotten into it yet.
Delivered.
So when this car pulls up outside of the bar that that's supposed to be the sort of like meeting point, and Kayla, you stumble out of that bar, like drink in hand. There's a.
Is this daytime?
This is nighttime.
Okay.
You find yourself looking at this is like that night. You find yourself looking at a really nice looking hover car, like that's parked right out front of it, and two individuals leaning up against it. Gerard Shin and Charlotte Rampel, though her face is a little unfamiliar, so I'm going to have you roll for recognition.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll. This is your investigation check, so roll 18, please.
The drunk goggles don't cancel out the.
Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna plus
surgery.
The check. Yeah. Right, they plus up the surgery.
Yeah.
She sees it and she's like, "Hey, you're the general shape."
Yeah.
And look,
You look
like
like a
Charlotte
blurry
Rampel.
version
Right.
of my
You look
friend, which is what you
familiar
should look
enough.
like. So
Yeah, I love it.
Don't roll well drunk, apparently.
Yep, that follows.
Yeah, that follows pretty well, huh? Oof. Yeah. 3.
You do not recognize them, but you recognize her. She looks a little bigger and a little broader and a little tougher even than you knew her. You knew her when she was a bit younger, a couple of years. And she definitely looks a little more scarred. Can you give me just like a general sense of like Kayla's physicality? Does she have long hair, short hair? Is she super tall? Is she short? Like what's her?
I'm gonna go with Brienne of Tarth-esque.
Cool.
Is
Makes
kind
sense
of,
to me.
but not blonde. We'll go with black hair actually.
Okay.
Maybe like a little bit longer though, pulled back.
Like a top knot kind of deal?
Yeah.
Cool. So she pulls out, kind of drunk. Does she have a preference between like dudes and ladies?
You know, whoever's willing.
She's got a man in one arm and a lady in the other arm. Both are clearly like sex workers, which is not illegal in Sojourner territory at all. In fact, it's totally normalized.
Hey, a ride's here.
Kayla Torbus?
Yeah. So they tell me.
Right, it's me. I need a word.
Hi, me.
Would you mind asking your friends to step aside for a second?
She's got a fancy accent.
Who's me? I don't know a me.
Did you get a message today?
What kind of message? Don't think so.
Right, if I could just have a word without your friends for one moment. Kayla.
No. Why would I do that? We're about to leave and have some fun, man. Unless you're paying or something, I got better things to do.
Kayla, I need you to listen. You know me.
I'm listening.
But I can't tell you who I am until you ask your friends to step aside, please.
See, This is the kind of thing, that's how you end up dead.
Kayla, please.
I don't like being dead.
You have to recognize this wine, if nothing else. Kayla, please.
You can now recognize her. You remember the little girl who you protected throughout her whole childhood, when every time she wanted to go out on the campus grounds and run around for hours, she'd do this, Kayla, please, Kayla, please, that she would say over and over and over again.
Do you know how long it's taken me to convince them both to leave with me at the same
I
time?
know, I'm so sorry. You didn't.
God. Okay, 1 second.
I'm just standing off to the side, quickly losing confidence.
We going somewhere or what?
God, I wish. But no. Go back inside, and here's some. You and me both,
I'm
sweetheart.
so sorry. Yes, have a lovely
All
day.
I'll be
right,
back, I
whatever.
swear.
Yeah. Talk. Whatever.
God.
Freeloaders. Come on. They go back inside, complaining.
Oh,
Hi.
Charlotte, how nice to see you.
You definitely didn't read the message, did you?
Looks like no.
No, right. Sorry. New face, same Charlotte. And I need your help as badly as I've ever needed anything.
Worse than I needed that? Are you sure?
It's good to see you.
Okay, all right.
Much has happened.
Should I read this message now or what?
Well, we can catch you up in a bit.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, if it involves any kind of doing more than kind of walking in a general straight line, I'm not gonna be able to help you until the morning.
Right.
Maybe this is a conversation better had in the car.
Who the fuck is this?
This is Raj Shin. This is Kayla Torvis.
Okay. This just
Ooh,
gets
he's
better
so
and better.
nice.
Right, you know
Hey,
my
nice
bastard of a
guy.
father.
What's going on?
Kayla,
What?
you know my bastard of a father.
Yes.
And the atrocity of a war he started.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
You want to help me end it? Kayla, please.
I'm not supposed to ask what's in it for me, but I'm gonna. Because I'm living a pretty nice life out here, you know. Making money, spending it on beer and whores. Works pretty well for me. Don't stop looking at me like that. I left for a reason, and you know it.
You know what I've been through since? What I've done?
I heard about that. That was awesome. Congratulations. I wish I could have been there. It would have been really cool.
This wasn't supposed to be me. My brother should be awake. He should be leading. But here I am,
How is your brother?
still in the hospital.
Hope he pulls through.
We all just have to deal with what's in front of us, and I have an idea, and I think it can work, but there's no one I trust except you to do it.
And you trust this guy?
We might need him.
Who's this guy?
Jarchin is a returner. But
If it makes you feel any better, I'm totally in the same boat as you right now.
It really doesn't.
That's fair.
I'm gonna pull a weapon. That's not okay.
Okay, and actually, along with that, I'm gonna have you roll. Hold on a second.
I'm not gonna point it at him, but I am gonna pull
totally. This is gonna be a knowledge check, real fast,
for whom?
for Kayla.
it. Me.
18, please.
Ooh, okay, I think that's the same.
Yeah, you're rolling a lot of 17s and 18s.
Yeah. Sorry, what am I checking again?
This is a knowledge check.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you why if we work this out.
I do not appear to be particularly intelligent, but that's cool.
Your memory's a little clouded right now, and also
Yeah.
I'm sorry I didn't just go with the let's give you a night to sleep this off thing. I'm just, excited.
Another 3.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with a 3, his name is vaguely familiar. It's like you've heard that name before enough that you're like, I don't trust this guy.
I don't.
Yeah, not initially anyway.
Okay.
Awesome.
So you pull a weapon?
Yes. I'm not going to point it at him, but
Did you
I'll...
pull the katana or the blunderbuss? Or did the holdout pistol? Forgot you have 3 weapons.
He doesn't look particularly threatening, so...
Yeah, no, he's relatively like slender.
Yeah, scrawny Chinese guy.
So we'll just go with the ankle pistol. That
Okay.
seems acceptable.
So
for me.
she lifts her hand and she's got this pistol in it already. It's like a quick draw deal.
Just got this today. Your name sounds familiar, but not in a good way.
Hold on. Why? Why would she have heard of you?
Search me.
Well, that's some bullshit.
Right, it's late. Let's all just find somewhere to crash and talk in the morning?
I'm not particularly comfortable leaving you alone with a returner.
So would you come then? I'm going to
Well,
do
we're
this
talking
without
about
you, but I'll probably die without you.
We're talking about overnight right now, not
Okay.
in the future, right? Can you tell me a little bit more here? I'm really grasping.
I sorry for not waiting for the morning for the rest of the details. I know I've caught you at a bit of a bad time.
All right, you know
You're
what?
going to sneak me into return of territory, and I'm
Oh,
going to talk to the council.
Nope. Okay. One question. You're convinced that he's not going to kill you in your sleep?
I've told him if he kills me or turns me over, the alternative is much worse. What the generals have planned, Kayla, it's horrific.
So that's a yes. You really have to keep it simple for me right now. I'm trying my best here.
He has reasons, I hope, not to betray us.
Okay, then can I please talk to you in the morning?
Yes.
Great. I'm going to go back in there, see if I can convince one of them to come back with me, and I'll see you in the morning.
All right. Read your message.
Oh, right. Okay, that too.
As you walk back into the bar brothel deal, I want to get a charm check from you. To
Me?
See how well you manage to repair your situation over
I
there.
feel like that has to get boosted by being loaded, but I don't know.
It probably does. We can give you a little bit of Jeff's ethnogenics anesthesia deal. Hold on a second. Empathy, persuasion, Andrew Streetwise, education, wanderer. You have a charm roll of 11.
I believe in you.
That seems. Oh. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay.
And as she walks in, I just go, this is going to be fun. We're all going to die.
The two of you get in the car together.
Yeah.
Wait. 5.
You have to work all night, but you manage to like make it up to one of those prostitutes.
Cool.
You get a good night out of it. You have a good time. They are gone by the time you wake up. You are sobered up. When you wake the next morning, and you got a little bit of a hangover, but you're pretty customary at this point.
So what does the message say? Assuming that I read it.
You check this message. The message is a full-scale military contract for you to escort Prince Sojourner to through the Battle of the Crossing and to the other side of the continent, where you will get her into Cacophony, where she will enact a plan to end the war before escalation. You are, as a result of this, going to be paid a sum of 2.5 million credits. This is more money than you have ever seen in your life. It is an enormous sum. It is only paid on completion of the job, however. There is no upfront bonus.
Are there any kind of conditions as far as, obviously she has to come back alive, does he?
No.
Okay. It's just good to know. I'm just...
And in fact, there are flags from military intelligence indicating that Gerard Shin, while they're unaware of, they don't know exact personnel files. They do believe that he is at least to some degree an ex-member of returner military, and as a result should be treated with extreme caution. They think that the Prince Sojourner may be trusting someone who she shouldn't trust.
Are they saying that he's physically dangerous, or that...
No, more that he might have a trick up his sleeve and should be watched.
Okay.
Compared to you, he is not physically dangerous in the least.
Well, right, but that's not... I'm well enough aware that's not the only kind of danger a person can pose.
Of course. That's the... You also know enough to know that Charlotte, one of Charlotte's father's picadillos was that he was really concerned about his children being poisoned before he tried to kill one of them. So he had been microdosing his daughter and his son with various poisons since their very young days. So as a result, you know that if he did try to poison her, she's basically toxin resistant. There's not really a poison under the sun that's going to kill Charlotte Rampel.
Weird childhood.
Yeah, weird childhood.
Weird dad.
Weird dad.
Okay, so you see the number, you see the guidance, and outside you hear a honk. Burp, burp.
Oh joy, it begins. Gonna walk outside.
Sorry, this is what I get for allowing myself to passively view Twitter. Your husband is eating ramen and drinking beer in honor of Kayla Torvis.
Of course he is.
Go Colin. Okay, so so you get into the car. You want to take the back seat?
Are they both on the front, or where?
Yeah, he's in the front seat. She's in the. Who's driving?
I'm probably driving.
You're driving.
Yeah.
She's in the passenger seat.
Sure.
Come back here with me.
All right, we're just gonna talk a bit.
Sure. Fine.
Hi. I'm so glad you're here.
1 second. Got your name on it, buddy. Keep focused.
If you happen to figure out why you've heard his name, I couldn't find anything.
That didn't tell me, right? That little...
No.
Okay.
I know we called him stealing, but that's all I...
You know, I wish I could remember. If it comes to me, I'll let you know.
All right.
But all I can tell you for sure is that I don't trust him. I'm not sure why you do.
We need someone. Do you know how to sneak into Cacophony?
Sneaking is not exactly my forte.
I've never been outside this city.
Big pathfinding roll for you right now. It's a 29.
29.
And this is for getting you to the front as quickly as possible.
And we've got a lot of credits. We've got provisions. I've got some changes of clothes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna. I'm actually gonna track your credits in this game. So I'm gonna give you a. Well, you know what? It's a digital account generally. So let's just say, yeah, you've got the credits you're gonna need.
Okay.
Because it would be silly for you not to. So yeah, then I won't track your credits. Consider your credits unlimited.
15.
To a certain point, of course. 15? All right.
By the kingdom.
And so the three of you drive out, leaving behind the high Pac-Ha-inspired spires of Journeyman's Rest, and heading off into the lush green mountains of the northeast part of the continent. As you head through, you get to sort of the first time that there's a path between two. Not only does he take the sort of lesser of the lesser path, the one that will get you to the front less directly, but then Shin starts to off-road the vehicle, heading down into a sort of jungle or a woodland area that seems to have just enough area between the trees to run a car, as if the trees have been cleared out of this area for some kind of underground transportation system. These are your smuggler's paths.
Yep.
And they will keep you generally clear of folks.
So.
You have a little bit more time to talk if you want.
So you just think you're gonna stroll in there and stop this war?
The generals are going to nuke our enemies if I don't do something to stop them. It may take a while. They have to push the front all the way to Cacophony, but that's their plan, and I won't let it happen.
Not really seeing what's the bad there.
We've already lost enough people, don't you think?
They're not our people. Like, listen, I'm here on your side. I'm gonna do what you say, but it doesn't mean I have to agree with you.
22 for stealth, please.
Haven't you lost enough friends? 5 years.
Don't exactly do friends, but yeah, lost a lot of teammates. That's the nature of war.
Exactly. Let's try something else.
As you say the let's try something else, you hear a sort of whooping sound in the distance, like a vocal, like a woo 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 woo, like a kind of sound deep in the distance.
Are we still in our own territory? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
You are still in Sojourner territory, but you're now in the wilderness of Sojourner territory. Once you get to a certain point, the population thins out, and you end up with a lot of wilderness.
Then do I know what that sound is?
Go ahead and roll for 18.
Do I know what that sound is?
Go ahead and roll for... Hold on.
Do I have any reason to know what that sound is?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Hold on. Bop-da-bop. Bop-ba-ba-da-ba-da. 23. No, but it doesn't sound like either military you've ever heard of.
Okay.
Most of these militaries, they'd have horns or sounding charges. If that's a person or a signal, it's not something you know.
I got a 3.
Also, not a sound you've heard of before.
That noise is unfamiliar.
It's coming from behind you. Do you speed up? Do you slow down? Do you stop? What do you do?
Duck down. Now.
Right.
I'm gonna speed up.
Okay. Hold up. Okay. Suddenly, whoa,
not a good
it's a
sign.
lot more guns than I thought there would
Yeah.
be, but
I wonder what's coming.
So, out of the woods to either side of you, trying to track alongside the car, come 3 it's 3 groups of people. There are 2 on each bear. They are riding bears. These bear riders.
Bears!
These bear riders are decked out in sort of more leather and metal pieces, way less futuristic than anything you've ever seen in Sojourner territory, but not anything like what you've ever seen in Returner territory. They are, they look wild-eyed. They have sort of wild hair, dreadlocks, and they are calling to each other in a language that you don't understand off the top. And it was them that was making the woo 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 sound. As you drive faster, you just by speeding up. As you speed up, you find yourself coming right up against the one who was making that woo woo sound, who's actually ahead of you, coming to cut you off in front of the car on an even larger animal, a stag. This thing runs up right in front of your car. Do you push through it or swerve?
I swerve in the direction that the stag is going. So
Okay, roll for your swerve.
Roll for swerve.
Sorry, this is a vehicle drive.
I assume I don't have to tell you to stay down.
You know, we're all clear.
Hold on. Home drive.
Sojourners, we're so civilized and looking towards the future.
Really? Right now?
I might be dead in a second.
Let's use your survival on top of that. 8, please.
I have so many questions.
Charlotte, really?
I was very frightened.
Oof. 3.
3?
Yeah.
All right. So you begin to swerve. The back of the car smashes up against the stag's like antlers, and the stag pushes the car backwards, spinning it back, and now leaving you surrounded. Essentially, like the car's not destroyed, but it has stopped, facing the other direction that it was coming. So now the 3 bears are heading down towards the car.
Are there, are you saying completely surrounded? Like there's literally like no way
No,
to...
there's sides. But you've got, basically, if you're on a road, there are 3 of them over here. There's a stag back here. And then you have, the sides are what's empty, but those head into forest.
Is the car still running?
The car is still running.
Hit the forest and floor it now.
Okay, I'll do what she says.
All right, this is another vehicle drive roll.
It's another 8.
Yep, I remind you,
God,
you
I
have
forgot
willpower.
it's an
Just
8.
something I always like to
I do
say
have
in
willpower.
chaotic situations. It's around this point that you notice that
How much do I have?
These guys are armed with clubs, slingshots, like flails. It's all totally tactile weaponry. They don't seem to have any firearms.
Is there, what kind of car is this that we're in?
It's like a civilian vehicle, so it's
Does it
kinda
have a
got,
sunroof?
Yeah.
Okay, while he's figuring his shit out, I would like to open the sunroof
Okay.
and I mean, blunderbuss seems like a good idea here. So.
All right. So you pop out the sunroof, pulling the blunderbuss over you.
2.
2. Okay. You turn the wheel and gas the car, and the engine breaks.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Nice job, Shin.
The fuel cell is like ruptured. Something's wrong with it. It's gonna need somebody to actually go out there and manually repair the car.
All right, going after the leader first.
Okay, you are now in combat with 4 bear and stag mounted savages. You are going to roll for initiative, please. Who
man.
all is going to participate in this combat? You're not participating?
I mean,
yet?
I have a sword. It doesn't do me much good from the floor of this car.
I'm just being clear. Like, you're staying in the car for now
yeah.
and hiding. You're combating and you're dealing with the...
Do you have a weapon on you?
I don't.
We should have gotten you a weapon.
Super helpful.
Right.
Here, I'm gonna give him the small pistol, at least so he has something. Can you
Okay.
shoot?
Sort of. I was an officer.
So you throw him the holdout pistol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you now have a holdout pistol. The holdout pistol is going to do a targeting of 5 and a damage of 3.
Sorry, you said roll for initiative, right?
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Crits don't count on initiative.
Thank you.
You probably know that, but
Actually,
don't.
make
I
it a
should
damage
just
of
say it
4.
on the show.
Damage of 4?
Oh, no, I'm just correcting his damage. And then are you going to participate in this combat initially, Rick, or are you going to be doing...
Damn, that was still good.
I know, I wish
I
they
think
counted.
I think I'm gonna try and fix the car.
Okay, so you're the only one rolling initiative.
5.
Actually, but since you're going to go out of the car to do that, go ahead and roll initiative 2.
Okay.
Wait, why are you leaving the car?
Huh? I can't fix the car from inside it.
Hard to fix the car with a bunch of bears out to kill you, too.
Kayla, what should I do?
Stay there and stay down.
Right.
All right, hold
So-
on.
Did you hear me? That was a 5 for initiative.
I got it. Thank
Okay.
you.
What do I roll for? Oh wait, hang on.
3 bear. I'm actually gonna make it 1 dude on each bear, because otherwise that's a lot of dudes.
Yay!
Bear.
Magical disappearing dudes.
Yay. Bear.
I don't like the growling.
Yeah.
Kill some bears. All right. What'd you get?
2.
2? Okay. So turn order is gonna go Kayla, then all the raiders, then you. Okay? Okay, Kayla. What do you do?
there's no way to tell if the bears are feral in and of themselves or only because they're being ridden by these dudes, right?
Yeah, they don't. They seem like these are trained bears.
Okay.
They have like bits in them. They
Okay.
look like they were.
All right, then I'm gonna go after the people. So we'll go after the leader, the guy on the stag, and I can only make 2 like turns if one of them is ranged and one of them is.
That's correct.
Okay.
Though you can fire the blunderbuss as many times as you want in a turn. It's just you're just going to be dropping dice exponentially. So the way it works, and this is the thing I'm changing between seasons of V.A.S.T. It used to be like you just drop a dice each time. Now you're going to drop 1 dice the first time, 2 dice the second time, 4 dice the third time, so on and so forth. So it becomes exponentially more difficult.
Okay, and how many dice do I start with?
Your ranged combat check begins at.
I probably should have brought a gun. I actually have that.
Dex.
Well, isn't it automatically on you?
Ranged.
I've just got a second.
Oh.
Yeah. You got this.
And these guys are right now are at pretty close range, so we're gonna. Oh no, you're still in the car, so we're gonna call this a long range. Let's see. And I'm actually gonna flip some of these numbers here real fast. There we go. Okay. And target 27.
That is so many dice.
Yep,
Okay.
that's your long range targeting check.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2,
need
4,
more?
6, 8, 10. Sorry, 27?
Yes.
No, I'm good. 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we'll do this in threes here. Okay.
Nice kingdom I've got here. Who are these guys? What's going on?
That'll be a 10.
Okay. So I just want to drop this down for you. You have this thing I was talking about. It's a new merit. It's called Killing Blow. Killing Blow is like a super advanced merit. No one in our game has it yet because you need like certain stats to get it. But since you're kind of min-max towards physical, I gave you the stat. The way this works is that you can, once per combat per opponent, roll 1d6. If you are able to, basically like you have how many dots in it? You have 5 dots in it? Yeah, you have 5 dots in it. What that means is that you can roll 1d6, and if you get a 1 through a 4 on that, you can auto-kill that guy.
What's the catch?
The catch is that if you don't, right, if you roll a 5 or a 6, you lose your turn. Like, it's a full-scale miss. Like,
Okay,
there's
well, I mean,
no-
I already rolled a 10 first, so I'm not going to use, right? I
Yeah,
can't use
yeah,
that
you
right
don't
now.
have to, you don't have to use this at any given time. And you know what? I'm also gonna throw a willpower buy into this. So you got to spend 2 willpower each time you want to do this.
Oh, every time I want to do a killing blow?
Oh no, you have no willpower.
Yeah.
I'll make it 1 then.
Okay.
I'll make it a 1 willpower buy so that you can do that twice in the game. And you can always get your willpower back from Rampel with the Inspire merit. Okay, so you rolled a 10?
Yeah.
Great. That's better than their defense.
And I'm talking about aiming, so we're headshotting here.
Yep.
Well, actually, no, it's long range, right? And it's a blunderbuss, so torso.
Yeah, you're just gonna hit him right in the square. Okay, you hit, and that, that's for 6. So yeah, that first blunderbuss shot hits, and you were going for the guy on the stag?
Yeah,
You hit him square in the chest, and he flies back off the stag. The stag rears up and runs off into the distance. He is not dead, however. He's still kind of getting up, but he's really, really hurt.
Okay, so I dropped 1 dice and I can roll again?
Yes.
And so, okay. So I'm gonna do that, and all the other 3 guys on bears are in the opposite direction. All right, I'm gonna turn around and just one on the left, I guess.
Okay, cool. So that's gonna be 26.
9, 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
I love these roars. They make me so happy. Roar!
18.
He did.
Yeah. So that you line up, you fire, and you hit that guy so hard that he like blows back off of his bear like 10 feet. You know, it's one of those like, oh, like the blunderbuss hits him straight in the chest and he's gone. That is one dude down.
All right, I took another dice away.
You take 2 dice away on this.
Take 2 dice away. Guy in the middle now, please.
Cool. Go for it.
Okay. Just gonna keep going until it doesn't work. Oh no! Okay. 12.
Yeah, they can't. So you hit the stag, boom. You go around, you hit this guy, boom. You hit this guy, boom. That guy also flies backwards and is down. But his bear, enraged, starts to run up towards the car.
Oh, motherfucker. Okay. So 1 guy's dead, 2 guys are seriously injured, and this bear just can't take a hint.
Yep, and then
Okay.
you've got a third bear.
Oh, the 3rd bear didn't go anywhere? It's just standing there?
Well, there's a third bear with a dude on it.
Right, what happened to the first bear?
It's gone. It ran.
Okay. All right. So I've got a charging bear.
You have a charging bear, and then you also have this bear over on this side.
Can I use a killing blow on an animal?
You can try.
It feels like the time for that. So
All right.
yeah, let's do that.
All right.
So I
that's
roll 1d6.
That's 1 willpower. You roll 1d6. Just tell me what you
She
get.
was the right one for the job.
Yeah, I'm beginning to see that.
It's a 5.
The bear grabs onto the front of your blunderbuss and starts to like try to bite it off.
All right. Well, I still have a hand, right? So I.
You do, but that's the end of your turn.
Oh, damn it.
Because it's a fairy.
Okay.
So it's there doing that, sort of keeping you off in place. You can't basically duck down into the car. The bear guy here readies his like flail, which is it's like a slingshot flail. There's a word for this where you like whip something around in cloth and then you like toss it. I can't remember what the thing is, but it's a rock. He throws the rock at you. Roll defense.
Oh, really? Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not good. Jesus Christ. All right. That's a 0.
Okay, you're hit. You are hit for 4 damage. It's a bludgeoning weapon, so it like hits you in the head, and like you get a cut on the side of your head that starts to bleed, and you're a little bit dazed. Okay, that bear is gonna roll to see how well it eats your blunderbuss.
Wait, what? Bears have rolls now? That's.
Yep. It chomps down on it and the thing starts to crack, but it doesn't break yet. Now it's Shin's turn.
I am going to exit the car, sneak out of the car on the Basically, there should be a side where there isn't a
Yeah, the
bear
place where
or a guy and a
the
bear.
place where the bear
Could
ran
use
away.
some help here, Shin. Bear.
Yeah, you don't actually want me trying to fight, though. Rolls are awful.
You're gonna roll 22 for stealth.
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, what do I have range, but my hand-to-hand's only 1, but my athletics is 5. Can I just stab the bear from inside?
How many did you say? 22?
Yep.
I'll ask.
A sling. It's a sling.
It's a sling.
That's what
Oh.
that
Oh,
thing
just a
is.
sling,
Where you
okay.
have a cloth and you throw a rock. It's called a sling. Thank you, Alpha Chat.
Yeah.
7.
Slingate 2017. I've started my own.
7, that's
crisis.
pretty good.
7?
Yeah.
Pretty good. Hold on.
Who are you going after?
I'm trying to repair the car.
Oh, you're trying. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Okay, so the as you head to the back of the car to get towards the fuel cell engine, there's the chieftain is kind of on his back and he's waking up and he's getting and he's looking around and he's trying to see if you're there. He rolled a 7. 7s go to defenders, so he doesn't see you yet.
Cool.
At least for this turn, he's still kind of dazed and out of it as he looks up towards you. So you
Can I take
get
an-
to the back of the car. What's up?
Can I take an action after all?
Yeah, go for it. What do you want to do?
Is it my turn?
You can roll initiative into it.
Okay.
I feel like the bear is eating my blunderbuss. I could pretty much just pull the trigger.
You could, as soon as it's your turn. Just gotta let Amy do this thing and then do what you want to do.
Initiative is Dex and Composure. You need me to roll in? Or, like, can I just auto go last? Which would be now?
Considering I can pull the trigger and like probably blow its head off, you might lay low for now. I don't. I mean, it's hard to miss.
I don't want you to be eaten by a bear. So, for right or for dumb,
Okay.
she's about to make you kind of angry.
Okay.
Do you need me to roll initiative or do I just auto go last?
Roll initiative.
Okay. For some reason, my initiative is high. It's Dex and Composure, right?
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, you're good. Jump in.
Yeah. What do I need to roll to stand up with the saber and try to stab this bear through the sunroof?
Oh, yeah, sword check. Cool. Hold up.
Charlotte, sit down. I've got this.
I'm halfway up.
This is Dex, weaponry, fighting finesse, and saber targeting. 12.
All right.
This is like an awesome alternate universe version of that scene from Children of Men where they all get hit in the car. But in this
It's
one,
that
they
scene
have
from-
bears
they have
and
bears.
sabers and
Yeah.
blunderbusses.
And this whole thing is in one shot.
Yeah, take that, Children of Men. You don't have bears.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Wow.
Nice.
You reach up through the sunroof and slice right there into. I was looking to see if there was like a bear roar I could roll.
Sorry,
you
bear!
Stab up into the bear's chest. You do 6 damage to the bear, which isn't enough to kill it, but it's enough to seriously freak it out. So you stab it. It roars upwards, letting go of the blunderbuss.
All right, then I'm gonna shoot it in the face.
Cool, go for it.
I'd like very much to duck back down
Was that
as soon
just
as
like
possible.
a full 27?
That
then
is
still?
a full
Okay.
27. No, this is a close range shot, so it's a 21.
Okay.
But it does more damage.
Okay.
Harder to target on the blunderbuss because it's a pinpoint, but by about 6 dice. But it does, for reference at home, it does over twice the damage at short range. It's like getting shot with a shotgun at close range. It does a lot more damage than a shotgun at long range. Bad news either way, but.
Eight.
All right. Cool. So you do, in fact, I think you do, in fact, hit the bear. Let me make sure of that. Yep. You hit the bear. So as the bear roars up, you bring up your blunderbuss, and its head fucking is gone.
Yeah, bye bear.
At a short range, the bear falls backwards onto the hood of the car, kind of flopping down as it does.
Charlotte, get back down.
Right, sorry.
The last bear guy has his, he's already shot his sling at you, so now he's jumping up off of his bear and approaching you with his club. He's gonna swing the club down at you.
Can I just duck?
You can try. Yeah.
Okay.
So roll defense.
My defense is terrible, Jackson.
I know, but if you succeed on this, you'll be down in the car.
If not, I'm gonna hit in the face again. Fuck. Yeah, well, that was a 1.
Oh.
It's a 0.
On defense rolls, do the crits
Crits count.
take away? Oh, damn. Yep.
Okay, so, and they rolled a 1. So, club at you. The club does, yeah, shit. Okay, so the club does 6 damage, which incapacitates your character.
Yeah.
So you blow this thing away, it jumps up on the thing and swings the thing, knocks her in the head, and she falls backwards back into the car. Kayla is now out for the time being until she gets medical attention. She's not dead, but she's out. It's the blunt force weapon. You are left. You have your saber, and this dude is above you on the car. Meanwhile, or I guess no. Now it's your turn because you ran 4 into initiative. So what do you do?
All right, I'm gonna stab that guy.
Okay, do you want to get, are you going to try to stab him, like, in the foot, like, up through the thing, or are you going to actually get out of the sunroof and try to...
Well, he's coming over the top, right?
Yeah, he's like standing on top of the
Can
the
you
roof right
give medical attention? Does any?
now. He's very good at
I
that.
can.
Okay.
Stabbing for the foot seems like a small target, but does that help me to focus in on the target or hurt me?
Well, it's more a matter of, like, kind of what you're trying to do. If you can do that. It's going to be harder to get, like, a perfect hit on the foot, but it's going to be safer for you. You're not going to be vulnerable. Like, you're still going to have the cover of this car from a combat perspective. If you go out the sunroof and start swinging around your sword.
I'd rather knock him off the car and possibly kill him than get out there and start one-on-oneing him.
Okay, great. So, foot stab it is.
Yeah.
So this is that same check you just rolled. Saber check for 12.
If I pour a couple of willpower in this, that's extra dice, yeah?
Yes.
All right, 2 into that. Oof. Three.
Sorry, I have too much fun with this.
I got a 3.
Oh God, that
Okay.
feels not good.
So you stab upwards towards his foot and you miss. He looks down at the sword. It's like right up between his legs, but it doesn't quite get there. You know, it's one of those moments. And he realizes where you are. Meanwhile, at the base of the car, you open up the area for the fuel cell and see that the fuel cell's ruptured, but all you need to do is bypass the containment chamber, and you can get the fuel cell reworking again. So,
Okay, then I do that.
all right. This is going to be an engineering check. Mm-hmm. Which is wits, computers, field engineering, science. 18.
18. Seven.
7. Okay, well, that's a full success. So all I'm going to check is if that dude sees you. You had a 7? Mm-hmm. Doesn't see you.
Awesome.
All right. You manage to bypass the fuel cell, and the car hums back to life.
Shin,
Meanwhile,
I need your help.
Meanwhile, above there, the dude jumps down through the sunroof, now getting into the car and swinging his club around. Roll defense.
Oh, shit.
Drive, Shin, drive!
What does the fighting finesse feat do?
It takes your, basically it means that you're rolling your dex check on this stuff rather than strength.
Okay. So it would be worse otherwise, essentially.
Yeah, it would be worse otherwise. But yeah, just roll defense.
Yeah.
Okay, 3. I only rolled 3, so that's not bad.
True. But he has his club. He rolled a 6, so he swings that club, hits you for 6 damage.
All right.
So like he drops down, and as you try to get your saber up to hit him, he smacks your your shoulder with the club, and it knocks you backwards, but you still have your saber.
I'm gonna soak 2 of those with willpower and.
Okay.
Oh shit! I forgot I could have done that.
Oh yeah. I mean, do you want to do that to try to return back to? You only have 1 health left, but you can do that if you want.
Well, why would I only have 1 left if I used 2 willpower?
Well, because you already used 1 willpower for the killing blow.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So I figured you wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. I forgot.
Okay, Charlotte, your turn.
Right.
At this point, the turn order is straight up him, you, Shin,
Right.
because he's the last combatant.
I do have 5 athletics. Is it gonna be easier to kick this guy out the door or just try to stab him again?
Well, are you driving now? Like, what are you?
He's
No, I
fixed
just
it, but
I
he's
just
still
fixed
outside
the car,
okay.
but I haven't gotten back in
you're-
yet.
And I shouted for help, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, your athletics check is similar to your saber check, but they might have a couple more dice if you want to try it.
I'm just gonna try to stab him.
Okay,
I don't want to mess around.
okay.
4, 8, 12. Sorry, nervous. That's nicer.
Very not bad.
Yeah.
Ooh.
How about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10?
Yeah.
Well played. Yeah, you
Stabby
stab him. As he comes up to give another blow, you stab him straight through the neck, and he is done. He collapses on the sword. And the last thing you hear,
Put my foot on him and pull the sword back out.
he's just sort of bleeding out there. You get back in the car.
Yeah.
Suddenly the door slams and he is back in the car. The car is now running again.
She's out. Can you help her?
Yeah, I can. Gonna roll for triage.
Okay, go for it.
Is that just a 5?
No, hold on. This is a medical check. It's gonna be your intelligence, your medical, your academics, and your triage.
In the meantime, I just want to open the door
19.
and say, "Sorry, citizen," and just roll him out the door.
I'm gonna be really sad to be missing all of this now.
10.
Wow. All right. Kayla, you
Yes,
are
sir.
triaged for. Ten.
Yeah.
You are returned to full health.
Sweet.
But you're not quite awake yet. He's working on you.
Can I open my eyes at least?
Yeah.
Okay. Glad you're good for something.
As suddenly,
Same to you.
As suddenly in front of the car, you hear "For Avalon!" as a as one of the dudes, like that last dude, the chieftain, is now back up on his feet. He's bleeding profusely from his chest, but he's running for the front of the car with his like sort of rudimentary sword. It looks maybe more like a Klingon bat'leth, like it's a big sort of weird fancy weapon, running towards the hood of the car, or the back of the car.
Whose turn is it?
Well, it's his. So he's gonna, I guess, roll against your vehicle. Hold on.
So I guess if you're in the...
Yeah, right now, there's no one in the driver's seat. You're all in the back seat right now.
All right. I'll head for the driver's seat.
Okay.
I'm awake.
Yeah, he stabs the front of, or the back of the car. It doesn't destroy the car or rupture the fuel cell or anything yet, but it like latches him to the back of the car. And he starts to bang on the window there,
Right, let's-
smashing it down.
Let's go, shall we?
You jump into the front seat and you want to drive?
Yeah.
All
why not?
right, this is a driving
I
check.
assume I can drive.
I mean, you have almost never driven in your life, so this is fun. Dex,
Now it's a real adventure.
helm drive.
Roman Holiday, the war movie.
Let's
Yeah, Roman Holiday meets Saving Private Ryan.
8.
All right.
Could be worse.
Are you going in reverse or are you going forward? Remember, your car turned around, so technically you want to go
All right.
behind you.
We might have to
Reverse?
run this guy over, yeah.
Well, reverse is technically forward now, so.
And that's where he is, so.
Right.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, someone in chat was like, sorry, citizen Captain America.
Amy Ricka.
I like that.
Love it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5.
Ooh.
Hey, it's not a fail. You do. So you start to back the car up. You shift the car into reverse and it lunges backwards faster than you think it's going to. He is on the back of the car still though, and he like levers up onto the back of the car,
Oh, for
still
fuck's sake.
screaming, Avalon! Like smashing against the window. He smashes through the window. It is now your turn. You're still recovering.
I'm just gonna yell at her, stop the car.
What?
Stamp on the brakes.
Okay, he's gonna get an attack before you do that. But it fails. Your turn.
I've stamped on the brakes.
Okay, this is another drive check. 8, please.
What if I fail to brake?
People do it all the time.
Always new stuff, yeah.
Let's find out, shall we?
Oh no.
Yeah. -1 to
Oof.
braking.
You try to hit the brakes, and the brakes there seems to be something wrong with the brakes, or maybe you don't know where the brakes are and you just miss them
I
entirely.
thought you fixed this.
But regardless, you're just moving backwards. And this guy is still like hanging on there as you go through the path of trees.
Am I gonna turn now?
Yeah, you can wake up now.
Okay. I still have both my weapons with me.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we'll just like I'm down on the floor, so it's not really okay.
Yeah,
so
you're like on the.
well, I'm just saying it's
area
more of a
behind the
blunderbuss
seats.
situation that I don't really have a lot of room to swing.
Sure.
So,
Well,
okay.
if he ducked, you could swing.
Who?
Him.
Oh.
He's the only thing in your way.
Well, you're gonna have to duck anyway if I'm gonna shoot somebody. Duck. And I'm just gonna roll to. It's 21 for the close range.
Yeah.
Okay. 10, 11, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right. 11.
It's gonna be really, really hard for him to lose that one. And he didn't. Or he did. So you fire, and he flies backwards off the thing, exploded from your blunderbuss. You are all done with fighting bears.
Yay!
Congratulations.
Yeah.
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 Free people of Avalon
I tap
are
her
mad.
lightly on the shoulder and say, I'll drive.
Right, please.
And as you drive away from these raiders, so you would know at the very least, like there are tales at this point in time of this place called the
They're
Free
calling
People
themselves
of
the Free
Avalon.
People of Avalon. It makes no sense. They're madmen. And no good will ever come of them.
The ranging parties, the ranging parties don't normally come this far inland. They're normally kept to their island, but you went off the beaten path. You never know what you might find. And as you guys drive off towards the Battle of the Crossing, we are going to take our break, and we'll come back for the second half of this Tales from V.A.S.T, the Rampel Gambit. See you guys in a few. Hey, welcome back to V.A.S.T. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, get off your phones. So you might have just seen a. Hey, can we single me for a second? And just get all fancy about it? All right, cool. So you might have just seen a promo for Roundtable, which is a totally awesome new show coming up on Alpha. It's like Dinner for Five, but for RPG storytelling. It's amazing. It's basically a way to get a whole bunch of people all together and oh hey, whoa! It's that's Roundtable. You can check it out like ASAP. Apparently, the episode that I did with Eric Campbell and Matt Colville, which, by the way, like, I definitely felt like the kid at the table. Like, these guys know their junk, like, real well. They are super accomplished RPG storytellers and storytellers in their own right in lots of mediums. I was insanely honored to get to spend some time at a table pretending like I knew half as much as they did. It's I think a really educational experience. And you can watch as I try to defend why I never play fantasy setting role-playing games, like almost ever, to two guys who like build fantasy setting role-playing games and think I'm a heathen. So it was great. It was really fun. I had an absolute blast. They also, by the way, were serving us like signature drinks the whole time. It's like part of the show. And my signature drink was the Smooth Lanzing by Shay, our amazing bartender fan, or not even a bartender, just like mixologist fan. I probably had like 6 of them though. So like, watch out.
It was a great
it's
episode.
It's a blast. You got to check the show out. I'd really like to thank Eddie Doty for having me on the show. It was a dream come true for me to be able to just geek out about this stuff with people. So please go tell your friends, tell your family, tell anybody that gives a heck about RPG storytelling that Ivan Van Norman and Matt Mercer and Eric and Matt and me and a whole bunch of other really amazing GMs are all going to be talking about RPG storytelling every week on Alpha on Roundtable. Check it out. I think you'll have a blast with it. I'll be there in the chat with you because, like, come on. Amazing. It'll be like being at the Roundtable with all of you. So I'll see you there. And with that,
Speaking of which, can we
bring it back to V.A.S.T.
throw in a plug for next week? If you enjoy watching Jack and Eric talk about RPGs,
Oh, yeah, right. We're going to be at WonderCon. So if you are in the Southern California area, we are going to have a panel at WonderCon called Space is the Place, I think, which is
Playing Into the Void, I think.
Is that what they called it?
I don't
I
know.
was calling it Space is the Place. I don't know what they did with that. My rhyming doesn't always get through. It's going to be a really awesome panel of mostly V.A.S.T folks. It's going to be, I'm moderating. Amy is going to be on the panel. So too is John Callan and Colin Kelly and Jody Hauser and Ray Uternatchit and Eric. And we're going to be talking about storytelling in a non-fantasy setting. We're going to be talking about how you build settings that are unique to space, how you role-play systems that are unique to space, what kind of interesting elements space-based or just sci-fi-based storytelling brings you that you maybe don't get in a traditional D&D campaign.
As many of you may know, Eric ran a Star Wars campaign with Pit Crew last December and is currently running Eric's TBD RPG, which is at the moment Doctor Who themed.
And which
I am
Amy
on with
holds
Gina
down
and
where
guest
she's
star
the
Jody.
doctor. It's amazing. If you're
Space.
not Yeah, if you're not watching TBD RPG, correct for that. It's really great.
Oh.
No, you guys are awesome. It's a fantastic show. I want to poach the whole cast.
Okay, too many compliments.
So it's and like Matt was on it last week. It's,
Oh, it was fun. Okay,
Yeah,
we're
it's insane.
tangent.
Yeah, but check the show out. It's gonna be awesome. We are gonna be there. That is Saturday at 11, I believe.
Or
11:30? I believe 11.
11:30?
Yeah, check the WonderCon site. Make sure I'm right about that, but I'm pretty sure I am. And we're all going to be there and hanging out. And then we're going to try to do something of a vast meetup as well there, but we don't have that time set. I'm going to be tweeting out about that soon, as well as the V.A.S.T RPG channel to do that too. And that's going to be with as many people as we can get out to WonderCon, because I think we're going to have most of the cast and writers' room out there. Just hanging out, doing our con thing like we normally would anyway. So we'll hopefully
We're not
see
on
you
the
there.
panel. We'll be in the audience.
Yep.
So.
Whoop!
I'll be there.
Apparently they won't let us have 35 people on a panel.
Yeah, I pitched a V.A.S.T panel where it was just the entire cast and crew of V.A.S.T, but apparently that's too many people for WonderCon.
That's cool. The concept terrifies me anyway. So.
I shooting 3 bears in a row, no problem for Amanda, but put her on a panel, hilarious.
Different set of skills.
Yeah, I have a very specific set of. Okay, so let's get back to it, shall we? Let's see.
So this is all sufficiently nice for distracting me from how very much I'm not sure my plan is going to work.
Yeah. Well, history says your plan works, so.
I don't know that. Spoilers.
Spoilers. It is No, actually, you tell me. Because I don't know the size of this continent. How long it take you to get from the general area of the capital of Journeyman's Rest to the crossing?
It would probably
At like
take
a car drive.
a car drive, probably 2.5 days.
Great. So it's been about 2.5 days since you got away from those Avalon Raiders and found yourself heading through what were otherwise incredibly clear areas. Little holes in the mountain that you never knew were there. All big enough for vehicles. Shin's systems have actually been working out really well, and he seems to know his way.
I would like to point out that I have taken the gun back immediately upon finishing that little adventure.
Okay? Give it up with no problems?
I couldn't stop her anyway.
You, okay, cool. So you have the holdout pistol. I'm going to give that back to you.
Do we heal up and get our willpower back?
You can, he can roll for medicaling, and you can
I'm
roll
good
for
right now, so
inspiring,
it's just you.
Right.
if you want to see how that goes. So, Shin, you already know your medical.
What was that again?
It is your triage without the triage. So, 14.
14.
And Charlotte, in order to retain or to get people's willpower back, you're going to roll an inspire check, which is your command check. So basically 35.
Oh, speaking of, someone in chat said that the biggest roll was 42.
I saw.
Nice.
I saw. Which so appropriate.
Appropriately, yes.
Yeah.
It is the meaning of life.
As it well should be
Universe
the
and
answer
everything.
to all good questions.
I got a 9 on the triage roll.
Nice. Or just a medical.
Medical roll.
Yeah. Cool. So that is enough. I think that you guys can. Yeah. He'll have healed you both up.
Fantastic.
I almost feel like making you roll for this is redundant, but I'm excited to see what you come up with.
Can we say that it's the sight of me cleaning my bloody sword that serves to inspire you?
Yes.
Assuming this
Little
works.
Charlotte Rampel has grown into a badass young woman. You suddenly see the image of the person who killed her own father for the love of her brother. And the love of peace.
Warrior for peace.
Yeah, just for the record, I've been pretty quiet this whole couple of days,
Cool.
kind of sitting in the car.
Murder for peace.
This is 30. Sorry, guys.
So much dice.
This brings us up to 30. That's a lot of ones, but there's a lot of dice here. And 5 more.
This is why I got so comfortable rolling digital, because in the Trek game, like everything I roll is like at least 30
Yeah.
dice.
Yeah, Dolan
Sorry,
Prem.
guys.
Well, Dolan Prem is a relatively similar skill set to Charlotte Rampel.
Very similar, actually.
12.
Nice.
Yeah, willpower back.
Woohoo!
You all right?
Sweet.
It is the morning before you head to the crossing. You're maybe an hour away from what is easily the largest battle in this war. It's now been going on for almost 100 days. The longest battle and the most bloody battle. The crossing is a river system that crosses along the middle of the continent, essentially right dab smack in the middle, as if this place were made to be separated. When you hit, once you're sort of up close to the river or within, a day's ride of the river, you can hear the gunshots in the distance. The sound of bombs going off, the sound of mortars. Every once in a while, you'll see a Air Force detachment just fly overhead. It is a sort of place of constant warfare. While you are at the you're sort of at a small inn before you head to the battle, if there's anything y'all want to talk about before you head that way. When you do head there, you know that the general, Jason Rao, will recognize your command. So if you do want to interface directly with their command to help get through, you can. Otherwise, obviously, there are ways to sneak around. If you guys want to figure out how you want to proceed, consider yourselves hanging out and around the car at the inn before you head off. This is where you see her cleaning her sword and are inspired to retain your willpowers.
It's worse than I imagined. Any ideas?
Well, I have some people that I can get in touch with, but I need to be on the other side in order to do it. I have a couple of potential crossing locations, which would get us near where I need to be to meet my contacts. Some carry a little more risk than others. And of course, the high-risk ones are faster.
Well, we do have a clock. I said 2 weeks. And General Rao is a good man. If we need his help, I think we can trust him.
If you say so.
I should let him know what they're dying for. Kayla, can you go and find him and say that you have a message from the prince? But he must tell no one?
Do you want me to? What do you want me to? Just want to tell him that there is a message?
I need to meet with the general, but I don't want to go strolling into command.
So do you want me to bring him to you?
That would be fantastic.
What's he gonna do?
I can try and make the initial overtures to my contacts from here. I just need to find a secure way to do it. I'm sure I can find something in this town.
I still don't understand what's in this for you. I have yet to be convinced that you've forsaken your people for us?
It's not really that simple. The end of this war is what I want. I had a good thing going before the war started.
What was that?
I had a business working out trade deals between companies and nations. I was working on a plan to start opening up trade negotiations with the sojourners. I was going to get pretty rich off of it too.
So this is a money thing.
It was, and then the war started, and all of that went to shit.
No, but it's still a money thing. You're telling me that the reason you're helping us is so you can go back to making money.
I'm telling you the reason I'm helping you.
Hey, there's no judgment here. I'm just asking. I mean,
3 days after the war started, I watched my best friend get blown apart by mortar fire. Over the next 2 years, 10 more of my good friends were killed. Both my brothers were killed. I just want it to stop. And I think she's the best way to do it.
I have to tell you, I don't know if this is going to work. But I have to try.
I still don't know if that's reason enough to trust him.
What choice do we have?
It's not my decision, obviously. I just don't like it. And I also don't like the idea of leaving you vulnerable and going to find this general.
Well, I'll lock myself upstairs, and I won't open the door till you come back.
Anybody who comes after you isn't gonna knock. I don't like it.
I can come with you very quietly, but if anyone recognizes me...
I already...
We can't send him to talk to the general.
I know, I'm trying...
Can I give her my cloaking device?
Totally.
I'm trying to have a feeling here, okay? Can you give me a second?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I already failed my duty to you once. I don't fancy doing it again.
Hey, you were brilliant.
I was,
saved all
I was
our lives.
incapacitated as was it was. You could have died.
I would have had you not been there.
That's not the point, and you know it's not the point.
All that did was convince me, as if I hadn't already known, that I can trust you with my life to the ends of the earth. There's no one I'd rather have by my side.
I'm just not buying it.
Here, yo, Charlotte. Inspire check.
Okay.
And I'm gonna change this check a little bit. This is gonna be it's more like a pep talk.
I'll just start rolling and you tell me when to stop. I'll do it in 5.
There you go. Awesome. All right, so this is 20.
So 1, 2, 3. Okay, that makes.
Do you still want to give her your cloak?
If, depending on what is
How this
decided
goes?
here.
Cool.
Although, actually, no, I could offer Charlotte my cloaking device, so then she could go with Kayla to talk to the general.
Totally fair, yeah. Look at it in a sec.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14?
Damn, you
She's
inspiring.
pretty convincing. Like, you can check against it, but I'm not even sure your resolve check would map to a 14.
Probably not. I'm not going without you. That's non-negotiable.
How will we sneak me in? I'm not the stealthiest. I know I look a bit different, but
Setting
is
you
it
up.
enough?
So out of my jacket, I pull out a personal cloaking device.
It's about the size of like a frisbee. It sits inside your coat.
How common are these?
Very rare.
Very rare.
Yeah, these are like
they
it's
legal?
returner. So this is like returner technology. It's literally like old school Earth, like 2025 military tech. They haven't like built a lot of new ones. It's like a relic, but it works.
And it's sort of like cloaking in terms of projects the image of whatever's behind me so that I cannot be seen, or
That is
altering
correct.
my.
Yes,
Okay.
it's like an invisibility cloak. Essentially, the way that it works is it just adds a bunch. It adds, I believe, a D10 or a 10D to your stealth checks.
Oh. Never actually seen one of these.
There aren't many like it. I'd like it back at some point.
What do you say? Now all you have to do is get us alone in a room.
Works for me. Thanks.
Thank you.
Are you staying here?
I've got to go find a way to securely communicate with my contacts, which means I'm going to have to go around town and scrounge up some things.
I'm sorry.
Feeling good?
Oh, okay. That
Just trying to be all serious.
No, I was trying. You just ruined my seriousness. Okay, wait.
Oh.
I'm giving you the look I used to give you when I was like, are you going to turn me in for stealing candy?
If you betray us, there's nowhere you can hide.
If I betray you, I won't need to hide. We'll all be dead anyway.
Speak for yourself. Point stands.
Fair enough.
All right. So you take the personal cloak, and the two of you head towards the battle.
What?
Are you taking the car or are you going by
Command
foot?
center?
How far away were we?
I mean, it's like about half a day's drive, so it'd be like. a
Okay, then
full
yeah, we
day's
should probably
hike.
take the car with us then.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were closer. Yeah, my bad.
No, it's fine. So you take the vehicle. You're going to stay in town and try to make connections with your people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know driving's not exactly your strong point, but you're gonna have to do it.
Right. Meanwhile, somewhere in that bag, I have a letter with my seal on it. We'll need it to get you in.
Yeah, my question is because I was a part of this like guard, but there's no reason anybody would know who I was.
Not necessarily,
Really?
no.
Okay.
Yeah. Not all the way out here. You're pretty well known in the capital, but people will have to check against your anonymity to know who you are.
Okay.
If they're going to do that.
Well, I do have ingratiating wonder, so that helps, right?
Exactly,
So
yes.
okay.
6.
Okay. You're fine. Yeah, good drive check. So you.
I also would imagine for a lot of the easier parts of the driving, these cars are probably autonomous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. So the car heads off towards the battlefront. With the
Oh,
two
well,
of
if
you.
it drives itself, I want her in the back then.
Okay. With the two of you inside. She's in the back. You're in the front.
Yeah.
You guys head off.
Can you see me?
No, that's the point.
Fantastic.
No, technically you can. Because you have your little.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You can see
But
through
you
it.
can definitely lie to her and say that you don't.
No, you're completely invisible.
Yes, very good. You're very invisible.
See me, you can't see me.
And back in the town. This is a small sort of shanty town off the side of this battle. Almost no one lives here except for deserters who are hiding, or raconteurs trying to make a buck off of the war this close. A couple of families that have lost people but don't know where else to go. It's a pretty sad place. What are you looking for?
I am looking for basic telecommunications technology, radios that can send signals. Doesn't need to be powerful. I really just need to send text.
Okay, you're gonna roll a investigation check. This is your wits, your investigation, your streetwise, and I'm gonna add your tactics to this. 20, please.
Okay. 7.
You come upon a small, almost like what looks like a saloon. It's got, open. It's got sort of the like a force field version of like swinging doors. And as you walk through it, they kind of swing around you and then envelop back. They do that, right, rather than doing that. So they fly forward, and then it pushes from behind, and now you are inside, force fielded there.
Okay.
Roll a perception check, which is it's just going to be the same number, 20.
That is. That's an 8.
It's a pretty empty place. There's a bartender, and then there's a and there's a player piano that's twinkling on a little song, and then there's a man sitting behind a table with a chessboard on it, an old school Earth chessboard. And he's sitting there, and he's got a little radio next to him that he's listening to something on, like he's got it in his ear.
Okay.
The bartender also looks like they have a phone.
Okay. I'm going to go to the bartender and ask for a bottle of whatever the guy with the radio is drinking.
Okay. Bartender looks you up and down. You're not from around these parts?
Passed through a couple of times.
You a soldier or a rat?
I like to think I work for myself.
Only two things in this world. Ain't nothing else.
Well then, my good man. Today I find myself a sojourner.
Then today you find yourself with some whiskey. And he turns around and he grabs a bottle, puts it in front of you, holds on to it.
Do I have money on me? I probably should have thought of that before.
Yeah,
I
you've
ordered
got
it.
you've got a couple hundred credits.
Okay.
You're fine.
Okay, so I put some money down on the bar.
And he looks at it, looks back up to you. Where you serve?
I served on the Golden Plains.
And a big smile across his face. Hell of a victory, that one. He pulls a shot glass, tosses it to you, puts one in front of him, pops the bottle, pours 2 shots. To General Rao.
General Rao.
Routing them return of bastards as long as he lives. Cheers. Roll quick here. I'm gonna make you roll a composure check, because I know something they don't know. Roll 13.
Please don't flip out on this, barkeep.
It's a 3.
So, it's not a fail, but this dude just toasted the general who killed your brothers about the battle that you lost. There's a bottle of alcohol in front of you, and he's distracted with his shot glass. Don't need to take an action, but I'll remind you that if you don't take an action, you're gonna hold some grudge here. Guy pissed you off.
I'm just gonna swallow it.
Okay? I'm gonna dock your composure
Okay.
from here on out. A little bit.
All right.
I'll let you know as we go through.
Okay.
But you own it and walk to the table with the chessmen. Meanwhile, you ride through a you ride up to a military checkpoint. There's a barrier there, physical one, as well as a whole series of blockades, sort of all the way down, barricades. As you drive up, you're waved down by a soldier. Stop, stop, stop. You stop, I assume?
Yeah.
He walks around to the window, rolls down the window, looks at you. Amy, I'm going to have you roll a stealth check, please.
Okay.
Which is...
Roll not to sneeze.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're cloaked. He can't see you.
Yeah, she still has to roll stealth.
Roll it. Do I fail at being invisible?
16. So he rolls down the window, looks at you. Civilians aren't allowed in this area. We're going to need you to turn back. Don't you know where you are?
I know exactly where I am. I'm no civilian. What is it called? The elite guard, right? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. The elite guard.
I'm a member of the prince's elite guard, and I have a message for the general from the prince herself.
I'm going to need some authorization.
I'm gonna hold up the letter with the seal.
He studies it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. No one said you could open it, buddy. That seal should be enough for you.
He looks at it. Yes, hold, I'm gonna need to get authorization. And as he starts to turn, his eyes glint off of something in the back seat.
Minor success.
This is Guard 2 security. I need full force at the border. I believe we have some manner of incursion. They are pretending to be the Queen's Guard, or
Wait,
the
can
Prince's Guard.
I cut him off?
Yeah.
Is he like in a guard station?
No, he came up to you, so he's within.
Okay.
You want to grab it?
I'm gonna grab him by the lapels and just be like,
Well, wait. Roll initiative for that.
oh, okay.
Technically, that's a combat check, so you just gotta beat initiative and then you're fine. So, roll initiative.
I rolled so many ones.
Beat a 2.
1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, I can't count. 1, 2, 4, 5. That's unfortunate. Okay.
I can't be invisible.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay. You're good. You grab him. He pulls over towards you. Ah!
Shut the fuck up. I'm exactly who I say I am. What you saw in the back seat is none of your business.
Intimidation check for 17. This guy rolls a much bigger defense than you do. He rolled a 4.
Okay.
So beat a 4. You happen to get the world's most pushover military guard.
It's a long battle. They're tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
90 days ago, he was very much a lot more fighting him.
It's true.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. I'm 3. I still didn't beat it. God damn it.
Okay.
All right, before he...
As you do this, an alarm sounds, and all of a sudden there are armed personnel from the front running around and filling like the area around you. About 20 guys, all guns.
I'm
on
gonna
the
tell
car.
her to uncloak.
They can't see me.
They know that something's wrong. And now I'm talking to air, so you kind of have to.
Right.
Listen,
They all immediately like gasp and
you
look
know
at each other.
you know who this is. Cancel the alarm right now and let us pass. And don't tell a single soul that you saw what you saw, because you didn't see shit.
Okay, another 17 check, please.
Hope this one goes better than the last one.
Beat an 8.
Oh, okay, well, I might as well throw my 2 willpower in there. That seems pretty important.
You're also gonna throw her fame on top of this, which is her status, which is a 5. So add 5 dice to your check.
So sorry, that would be. What was it again? I'm sorry, I can't.
No, it's fine. 17 plus 5, so 23, 22. Sorry,
Plus the 2 willpower.
plus the 2 willpower.
24.
Yep.
No, actually, well then, if I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do
Okay.
22 because
Okay.
I'm gonna.
So you're keeping your willpower then.
Yes.
Okay, great.
10, 12, 19, 20, and 22. Love that they're failing me now. It's like, really? Fucking fucker. Hey, blow on those. Give me some luck here. All right. I mean,
Soldiers of Sojourn, please.
Christ.
Please, for the love of God, stop being difficult.
All right, 7. Could have been worse.
Oh, all right. So with that, the two of you are they open the doors to take you into custody.
So they're not convinced that it's actually her?
She's had facial surgery, so it's not exact. There's enough confusion that they're not sure, and considering the fail of the check, they're gonna take you into custody, or at least that's what they're gonna attempt to do. Do you want to try to say something to them, or do you want to try to fight them?
I'd sort of rather they not know who I am, but we do need to talk to the general.
Don't really have a lot of options. I can't fight all of them at once.
Step out of the vehicle.
Calm down, we're coming.
Do I have my jacket?
So your jacket?
The royal jacket?
Yeah, sure.
Going to hold it out of the car. We need to speak to General Rao immediately.
And one of them looks at the jacket, looks at your face, drops his gun. Drop your weapons, drop your weapons. Let them through now. And a bunch of them are like, what? What's going on? He's like, it's the Prince Sojourner. Come on.
Shut up!
And they all proceed to like roll around on each other and freaking out. They're opening the door and they're making sure that you're through, and they call the general.
God,
ahead to
how
let
have
you
we
know
not
that
lost this war if this is what we're putting forth in battle?
They're very tired.
you
Soldiers,
drive-
thank you. We rely on your discretion. Much more is at stake than you can understand.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm gonna turn the cloak back on.
Let him through.
That was a gigantic waste of fucking time.
So, in the back at the bar,
Hand you the
you
jacket.
sit there you sit next to the dude with the chess. He's got the radio in his ear. He looks up at you and looks at the bottle.
I went so badly.
No, we didn't have to.
Earth whiskey.
That's right.
Well, seems like you got yourself a buy-in. You want black or white?
What I want is your radio.
Just music on this.
I know. But if I can have your radio, you can have this bottle of whiskey.
Okay. This is a barter check.
Is there a barter check?
Yep.
That's amazing.
Expression, manipulation, socialize, deceitful. 16.
$12.
Okay. He looks at you and
Like
goes...
4 crits.
Yeah, he looks at you. You give me my radio back when you're done with it?
Yeah.
I ain't giving you this bottle of whiskey back. And he takes it, hands you the radio.
Thank you very much.
Hey, you break it, you owe me another one of these.
Fair enough.
And you now have a radio.
Cool. So I mess around with it in order to get it to transmit.
18 for an engineering check.
Six.
Okay. You get it basically up and running, but it's very staticky. But you have a general band range here. It's not going to get you all the way to the capital, but it'll get you close.
Don't need to.
Okay. Who are you trying to signal?
I am trying to signal an old friend of mine who used to run the, these sort of moonshine routes on the returner side.
Okay.
I basically, all I need to do is send text, not voice, because of the limited band. And it's basically just, I start with, I assume we had some kind of code so that we could transmit messages and not worry if they were intercepted. So it starts with a code, and then some kind of message about I need passage. I need, basically it's the same code that I would use, for meeting up for a run somewhere across the border.
And it's about 5 minutes, and then a new code comes in. It's the response code. And after it, a voice. This is Polly Shoe. This is Polly Shoe. Am I talking to who I think I'm talking to?
You better believe it, Polly.
Hey, it's good to hear your voice.
Same to you.
I gotta admit, man, I thought you might be dead.
For a while there, it was looking like I was, but I got a pretty important job.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How much you paying?
I don't have exact figures, but when you see what I'm transporting, you're going to know it's worth it.
All right. I'm not really in the business of taking jobs without knowing what I'm transporting or how I'm doing it. So let's just say you're going to have to give me some assurances once you get over here that you're not leading me into some kind of sojourner trap. What they got you, working for them now, huh?
I promise you, Paulie. Have I ever lied to you?
I mean, have you ever not? You're not exactly the most trustworthy guy in Returners. You're not the most trustworthy guy in the Six Nations, man.
Okay, fair point. But this one's big. Paulie, this is my last job. I could really use your help on this. I can't tell you what it is over an open channel, but believe me, once we meet up, you're going to know this is a real deal.
Roll 19 for persuasion.
Eight.
Okay, he's going to check against it. 7. There's a long pause. Okay, you're going to need to get your way to the other side of the battle. I don't know how you plan on doing that, but that's up to you. Once you get to the other side of the crossing, you're going to meet me at the following coordinates, and then he patches through a series of coordinates. That's going to be just at the edges of the wind wastes. Do not proceed into the wind wastes. You hear me? You know what happens out there. You know how bad it gets. I don't want y'all dying before you even make it to your destination. You make it to these coordinates, we're going to go underground, we're going to get you to Cacophony, okay? But once we get you to Cacophony, I'm done. I'm not going anywhere without some payment or some understanding of what I'm doing. I don't care whose last job it is. It's not mine.
Perfectly sensible, Paulie. Just like you always are.
That's what they call me. Sensible shoe. Yeah, if only. See you on the other side, brown nose. And he's out. And you've got your coordinates.
Cool. So I give the I give the radio back to the chess player,
He takes it. Thanks.
and I walk out before he realizes I haven't fixed it.
Hey, wait a minute! All right. Meanwhile, your car is escorted by military guard to the general's quarters, which is on a hill overlooking what is, as you come out to see it, an absolutely astonishing battle front. It looks like the very earth of the crossing for miles has been scarred in every direction. The sky itself seems like a massive storm, but that may well just be the smoke from all of the bombs that have been rising for years or for days. Bodies litter the expanse beyond. Medics moving between them to try to save those who are not dead. New waves of infantry seem to crash against each other, and you can see as new recruits are being lined up for the next infantry push. It's essentially a trench battle, but with an exorbitant amount of stuff going on in the sky as well. Drones trying to hit the other front, etc. You've never seen anything quite like it. As a result, I'd really love you to roll composure.
Kind of thought that was coming.
Yeah.
It's not your first time seeing this battle. You've crossed this way a few times. You've never been this close, but it's war. You know what war looks like. Your composure, Charlotte, is... $15.
Oof. All right. Actually, not bad. 2, 4, 6, 8.
8?
Yeah.
You're fine. Like, not happy,
I'm not
but...
vomiting.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Charlotte, keep quiet and stay here. Well, no, follow behind me. Make sure you follow exactly where I step.
And as she steps through the sort of ridge, you find yourselves heading towards a tent. The tent opens, and inside a man of relatively short bearing but very broad bearing turns to you. This is Jason Rao. His old eyes have seen a lot, and his face is windswept. One of his arms is gone. He has the other holding a long, it's essentially an implement for moving troop deployments on this large board he has that shows what you've just seen in a macro set stretching along the entirety of the continent.
Would we have any cause to know each other? Or to recognize, like,
No,
Okay.
you would not know Rao off the top of it. So he turns around to you.
and he wouldn't know me even as a former member of, like, the guard of anything?
Probably
Okay.
not, no.
Okay.
He turns around. They tell me you're Charlotte Rampel.
Oh, I'm still cloaked.
Oh, you're
Is
cloaked
there anyone
fully?
else in the room?
What was that?
Is there anyone else in the room?
No, it's just him.
Oh, in that case.
He goes, everybody out! He brings you in and he's just looking you up and down. So,
Decloak.
you're Charlotte Rampel.
Do that? What? Hold on. Slow your roll there, Charlotte.
Just asked you to get us alone.
So he's doing that when he suddenly looks behind you at the recently appeared person. What's the meaning of this?
Cloak back up right now.
I know the general.
Just for a second. Just do what I tell you.
What's going on
Are there
here?
any cameras of any kind in this room?
Yes, the
Turn them
entire
off.
premise is surveilled. And who are you?
You know who I'm with. I know you saw. That should be enough for you. Turn the cameras off.
Prince Guard. Fine! I need general surveillance turned off. Back in 5. And you hear, yes, General.
Now you can decloak, Charlotte.
Right. Thank you. Hello, General.
Prince Sojourner.
I'm gonna stand out at the entrance,
Okay.
just on
You
guard,
step out
as it
into
were.
the entrance to stand guard.
I can still hear, though, right?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Keeping one ear to the thing.
First, I must thank you. You have done what should be beyond the ability of any man in this war. And now I have to ask you for something you're not going to want to do.
Unless you're about to ask me to win this war at all costs. I believe you're right.
There's only one way to win this war. We have to stop it. You have pulled victory where it should have never been possible. But there is no more we can do, and you know that your colleagues back in the capital are planning on horrors we cannot watch, we cannot be part of. You have the greatest mind in our military. You know what works and what doesn't work, and you know we are out of options. But I have a plan.
The Golden Plain was a long time ago. This victory has not been so easy. There they met us in open battle, and I cut them down. I had their leadership dead within the day. When they handed their leadership to some whelp, I had them by the... Well, let's just say it was a long time ago, and they've learned to fight a little better. This battle is run by true commanders. No plan of yours, pardon me, is going to succeed where any of mine has failed.
That's why we have to find a different way to fight.
And what do you know of fighting, Prince Sojourner?
General, I'd like to remind you who you're speaking to.
Roll 17 for intimidation. I opened my Dicenomicon app and it's just like a million dice. I accidentally, I think it just compound rolled. It's a hard dude to intimidate.
I mean,
No, try for it. I love it.
it's more just a reminder, not like a...
Yeah, but I mean, your reminder can be incredibly effective if you get the right roll on it. And also not if you don't.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Nine.
Okay. Roll a 16.
All right.
He looks at you. And I'll remind you, Prince Guard, who you are speaking to.
Yes, fine. Look, I haven't been your prince long. I think you know how I got there. And I think you probably also know what I'm willing to do. I'm going to end this war. I'm going to go to their leaders, and I'm going to... I don't know, I'm going to talk until they have to put their arms down. But it is going to work. And you know damn well that nothing you've tried is working, and there isn't anyone who could win this war if you can't. What I need you to do is get me across. We have a way into their city, but I need no one to know I'm here.
You need me to get you across. I've been trying to get across for 98 days.
Not with an army, just with us.
And when an errant mortar blows up the transport carrying the Prince Sojourner,
Then you're in the same war you were in yesterday, with the same odds. But if it doesn't, this all ends.
roll for it. This is a, technically it's a command check, so 35.
All right.
Beat of 14.
That's 25, 30.
He's got stats up there with you on this one.
Well, he's made an enemy for life. I'm sure he cares a
We
lot.
fast forward and it turns out you have 100 babies with him later once you forgot.
Ah, he's old. Ew.
I'd be into that. That'd be hilarious. Just do an after episode that's just all of you, like
Me and
in
my
peacetime.
one-armed
You and your
septuagenarian
one-armed
husband.
septuagenarian
I didn't think he was
Yeah,
that
exactly.
old. Sorry.
That's great.
Buying time.
I believe in you.
Really need this to work. Did I roll that too? Oh God, probably did.
Beat a what?
Beat a what?
14? Yep.
Did I though? Because 4 away takes this one, this one, this one, and this one. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
All right.
Yeah!
Nicely done. Okay. Whew.
We're like
Okay,
skin
so-
of our teeth winning and losing today. It's
Yeah.
like,
So, congratulations. He looks at you. Your command is my law, Prince Sojourner. I dare say your father would not have the courage to have attempted such a crossing. I admire your fortitude, if not your wisdom. Here is what I can provide you. And he shows you on the map a place where they're about to make a full frontal assault. They don't expect to break through, but they do expect to make enough of a hole in the enemy cavalry that they can get some drones across and take some shots on the enemy, basically the ramparts on the other side. They're willing to take you in that force. And once you are, sort of as a rear to that force, and once that force is broken through as a spearhead, you can push past that, essentially make a break for the other side.
taking us in a vehicle or taking us on foot?
So the idea would be to take you on foot alongside the rest of the deal here.
Can that cloak be expanded to include a second person?
So that's a great idea. Probably with enough tinkering, somebody could do that. Nobody here really knows how to do that, but you've got a pretty smart engineer back in the town.
No one in this entire military has the technical skill to...
It's returner technology.
Oh, right. Okay, so we'd have to go find him.
Yeah.
We'll need him anyway. We need him on the other side.
Oh, all right. Well, kind of seems to me we need... What's his face?
I think we do.
So we'll just skip
Thank you,
forward,
General.
collect the three of you, and you're back at the front.
Yeah. Just assume at some point I apologize for my asshole dad.
Would you like to do that?
Just. By the way, General, we are a grateful nation, but I'm so sorry. This wouldn't have happened if my father hadn't started this war.
Yes. and we would not be here but for the slate. Madness abounds in people and in the beyond.
And we look for better ways through it.
I'd like to believe that. Prove me wrong, my prince.
I'll see you soon. Stay alive.
I should say the same. I'm quite comfortable. So, you guys are all together. You want to try and expand that cloaking device?
I do.
Great, let's do it. That's going to be an engineering roll for 18. I remind you, you have 8 willpower. Higher the roll, the more people you can cover with the cloak.
Right. Let's see. I actually have 6 willpower at the moment, and
How did I not? I guess
I used 2 at one point, and
I guess I
I'm.
can only use it on one person.
See, this
I
is
didn't think it's
18.
No, yeah, he restored she restored both y'all's
She
willpower.
inspired us both.
After
Did
halfway.
you use it after?
I ran an. I added 2 to
Oh,
another
okay.
roll.
Okay, right.
Yeah. So I have 6. And I'm going to use all of it on this one.
Okay,
So this is 24 now.
cool.
It is a 7.
Okay, you managed to expand the cloaking device to include one other person, but one of you will be visible.
So, I mean, I'm the one who can fight, so it really should be me that's visible.
Right, but you look like an enemy soldier, so once we get on the other side, you're going to draw attention to yourself.
Oh, fair point.
Well, she's in civvies. She's not in a guard uniform.
I suppose that's true.
Well,
But I need to be around to meet our contact.
True. But you can always swap once you get to the other side of the battle.
True.
Yeah, I think that's the wisest.
Okay.
But obviously, it's up to you. You.
No, you.
Right. I think that makes sense to me. Be as safe as you can.
Not going to give anyone a reason to come after me.
Okay, so as the push begins, a whole mass of infantry and cavalry are lined up.
Can we borrow some guns?
What was that?
Can we borrow some guns?
Sure. Yes.
Not
You
trying
are.
to diminish the war effort, but
Yep. You are each given a Sojourner pistol.
I'm not going to take it if it's not better than what I've already got.
It's not.
Okay.
These have really good targeting because they're Pac-Ha weapons. But relatively low damage. Okay, you've got him. And okay.
please let me be better at being invisible.
So you guys get together in the infantry line.
Well,
Go ahead.
here's a question then. I'm going with them, but I'm in civvies. Can they loan me some armor?
Sure.
Just in
yeah.
case?
Yeah, totally.
I can always like take it off and like chuck it when we swap.
Yep. So you are given military armor, or Sojourner armor. Again, Pac-Ha tech. That'll give you a soak of 4.
Okay.
Should we all... Is there enough armor to go around? Does it
It'll
interfere with
slow
the
you.
cloaking
It'll
check?
slow y'all down.
Okay.
I worry a little bit about you taking armor just because like the point of the two of you is going to be needing to have speed.
Great. Okay.
But
Yeah.
if you want armor, you can.
If it diminishes our speed and stealth, then I guess
Yeah,
not.
don't.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And with that, you begin.
Reenact Gallipoli.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Okay, so you are put together with a whole group of infantry and cavalry. young men and women from across the Sojourner population, all huddled together and scared and tired and cold. It's the day is turning to night now. The plan is to strike at cover of night just as the sun peaks behind. So essentially, the minute that the sun is down, they want to strike. You're just sitting there waiting for the sun to go down. The two of you are under a cloak, following Kayla, who.
And I'm in the back with it, right? Like we're in the back.
Yeah, you're all three of you are in the very.
Just so I make sure I understand this, the idea is for them to penetrate and then us to be like.
And then to break for it.
Break for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, trying to make it for his foxhole.
Mm-hmm.
And how far is that from?
It's like it's literally built into the enemy partition. So like once you get to the other side of this battle, like around the time you would hit their, let's say their trench, right? There's an area just before that like heads underground. That's his position. So it's it's a like a mile.
Okay.
From here to there.
Well, I'm just not seeing how I don't get like shot in the face the second like I'm left alone. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, it's running,
they're not
and
coming with
firing
me.
at people who might be shooting you.
They're not coming with, like, they're gonna pull back at some point.
No, they're gonna. The idea
Not
is,
them, like the rest of the.
Oh yeah, they'll be fighting. They act.
Oh, okay. So it's not like they're just okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So they're coming
you're
just as
using
far as
them
we
a
are. We're
distraction
just going to
force.
a different direction.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So the sun is just about to peak down. Over the loudspeaker you can hear the general. You'll never know how much this push means to the Sojourner cause. Every one of your lives, for once, will matter here and now. For peace, we fight this day. And then as the sun peaks behind, the charge is sounded. And with a great roar, all of these soldiers ride forward. The cavalry on their motorized, they're sort of these like walkers, sort of that they stride, charge forward. Everybody charges forward. Each of you, charge forward. I need you each to roll speed, please.
Does Trackstar come into this?
Yes, Trackstar adds to your speed. Hold on a minute, let me tell you exactly how much.
Do I need to roll composure for watching all of these people die for us?
Once you're in it.
Okay.
And you have 5 in Trackstar?
Yep.
So 10d10 to your speed.
Does my
It's your normal speed
Thanks.
check, 8 plus 10.
does my fleet of foot add anything to
No.
that? No. Okay.
8.
8, cool.
16, 18.
Crits count for speed?
Yes.
Yes.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Wow, nice.
It's fucking 2, man.
Wow. All right. So you all, so the two of you run ahead. Kayla tries to keep up, with all of this, but the first explosions from mortar rounds start to land around the sides, and one of them lands very close to Kayla, throwing her off, like from an impact. You aren't injured, but you end up landing over to the side, away from the initial push. What do you do?
Stop, she's behind us.
Okay, we stop.
Don't stop.
You stop. She turns around, telling you not to stop.
Don't stop. I'll catch up. Don't stop.
Let's keep going.
Keep going. Okay.
You're gonna go rather more slowly though. We need her.
Okay. Keep rolling speed.
Yep.
And you roll speed as well. You stand up and start to chase after them.
I got a 2 on that one.
Okay.
of wands.
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5.
Okay, so you guys continue, but much slower. She actually begins to catch up with you, but as she does, the crowd actually hits the line for the first time. The enemy soldiers, who themselves are on like horses and other like actual animals, less these sort of larger war machines, hit the line. And with that great crash, the battle truly begins. The two of you are right up against that as that happens. She's somewhat back, Kayla, from this, attempting to catch up with you. As the chaos starts to roll around you, I need both of you to roll composure.
You said 15, right?
Shin is 13, Charlotte is 15.
That entire roll was 4s and a
I got a
5.
7.
Wah! Oh, sorry.
You're okay. You've seen worse.
Jesus. Really? I got a 2.
You have not seen worse. This kind of blows your mind. As this starts to happen, you can feel her, like she was like expert running there for a second. You were amazed by her athleticism, and then this happened, and she started, it's like time slows down around you, and you see men die. You see boys die. You see women die. And she starts to like hyperventilate. She's freaking out. Less a sort of like sad freak out and more of a like, oh God, mortal danger freak out. And you're the only one who can see it because of the cloak.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna go to her and try and help her up.
Okay. Shin steps down to you, looks you in the face.
We need to move. Freak out later.
I don't know how to recover. Like, do I just get to decide when I'm okay again?
It's up to you how you want to play this thing through. You can, do you want to try to convince her to run, or do you want to just grab her and run?
I'm gonna try and convince first.
Okay, great.
These men and women are dying so that you can fulfill your mission. They can't die in vain.
It's not right.
And you're going to stop it.
How? How can I stop this?
We figure that out when we get out of here. But we can't do that if we're stuck here.
Roll 14 for persuasion.
14.
Am I still just like attempting to catch?
Yeah, you're still catching up with them.
5.
Okay. So he is what did you roll, a 2? Yeah, you rolled a 2
Yeah.
on the composure check. So the 5. You are like, she is still freaking out. You're trying to get to her, but she's still like, this is too much for her. Like this is all. You suddenly realize she doesn't even necessarily believe in her own plan, and this is starting to come up here. You're gonna need to do better than that, basically.
Okay, so now I just grab her and we run.
Okay. So you are gonna do an athletics check for me here, real fast. Which is your dex and your athletics and your, in this case, survival. 8.
I'm rolling 8.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is a 5.
He throws you over his shoulder and starts running. You can't run very fast like this, so you see this happen. Like he throws her over his shoulder and starts to run, but now they're moving very, very slowly. You catch up with them finally.
Okay. Let's go. Okay, well, I'm not particularly inspiring. If I were to talk to her, what would I roll?
It depends on how you're talking to her. Your intimidation check is a 17, so you could like try to scare her straight. Your persuasion check would be significantly lower than that.
And what would my... Well, because I feel like I'm bigger and stronger than he is. What would my athletics check be?
Your athletics check is high. Hold on. $21.
All right, I'm going to do that because
Okay.
it's quicker too.
So you're gonna grab her?
Yeah, I'm just going to... Because I can run faster than he can, so it's
Okay.
like...
Which of you is carrying the cloak?
She is.
Okay. Cool. Just making sure.
Oh, because that makes him visible then.
That'll make him visible, yes.
We don't really have a choice.
This is more important.
Yeah, I was like, we don't really have a
Yeah.
choice. I'm sorry, you said 21, right?
Yes.
Wait. Yes, I can count. Hello. Okay. There we go. Fuck you. Okay. 9.
9. Okay. So you grab her and pull her off. He becomes visible in the battle. Like you've now got her and can move. at
Let's
full
go. Move.
speed. Okay. So you two are now in a cloak. You are visible. You two both roll. Or you roll for speed. You roll for speed.
What's that again? Oh, right.
8. What's Charlotte's size? Charlotte's size is 5. So take 5 off your speed check. Sorry.
Oh.
So you're only rolling 11, not 16.
I got 7.
Okay. So you're keeping up.
That's not good.
But you're also going to roll defense for me, please. 3.
5.
What was that?
5.
Okay. You're also going to roll defense for me.
But no
I'm
one
sorry,
can-
Gerard. Sorry, your defense is 6. Kayla, your defense is
No
3.
one can see me.
Oh, right. You're right. I'm sorry. You're good. Thank you.
3.
Okay. So you begin to run. You begin to run. You're both essentially making it now past the front. The battle is sort of moving over there past you. Bullets are sort of whizzing by you, but nothing is hit you yet. You guys are still under cloak. You, however, bullets are whizzing by you, but nothing is hit. You're still moving forward. You can now see as you head, past this line. There is it's like a straight shot towards the coordinates that you have seen. You now know where those are.
Yeah.
But there's a tank that's like near their ramparts, right? That's sort of coming in to reinforce the battle, and it sees the 3 of you, or it sees the 1 of you sprinting off. So and you can see it start to target your area.
Does he not have? Does he not have a way to prove that he's a returner? I guess not in the middle.
Not in the middle of the battle.
Yeah.
Is there something I can duck behind so I can roll a stealth?
There's not. I mean, it's an open plain battlefield. Like unless you're gonna
Okay.
duck behind some bodies or something.
I mean, you could try.
But then you would have to like stop.
Stop. Okay.
Because like it's already spotted you.
Right. Let's. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna try that.
You're gonna try to duck behind the bodies.
Yeah.
Okay. So as the 2 of you keep running, is that
Well,
correct?
I mean, we can't finish this without him, right? Like he's got to make the connection here. So
it would be nice, yeah. I mean,
But I also-
like technically, for what it's worth, technically you know where you're supposed to go and who you're supposed to connect to, but it would be helpful to have him. He's your connect.
I guess we have to keep going, and we'll see how his stealth check goes. I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah.
Roll another speed check. Roll a stealth check.
That's still just
And
an
this is
11.
your stealth check without the
Without the cloak.
without the deal, which it's still 22.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna actually. Has she does she calm down at all?
You
or
want to
like-
try? You can try
Yeah,
doing that.
yeah. I would
Okay.
like to try and calm her down now that we've got a second, because he's.
Persuade or intimidate. How are you trying to approach her?
I mean, you said my persuade is way lower, right? I mean, I guess I kind of have to intimidate her.
All right, scare her straight.
17?
Yeah.
11.
What's up?
11.
Okay, good job. You duck down behind the thing and like roll into a pile of essentially bodies. Some of them fresh, some of them not. When you roll into that, you find yourself fully hidden, but also find yourself to some degree flashing back to the Battle of the Golden Plains.
It's not a great roll. Seven.
Okay, so that's a full success. You're able to you sort of pull Charlotte down for a second.
I can't.
Charlotte.
Look at it die.
Charlotte, look at me right now. We don't have time for this. You got us this far. You're gonna get us the rest of the way. Do I look sure? You know what my sure face looks like. Do I look sure? Answer me. Do I look sure?
Yes.
Have you ever known me to look sure when I am not sure? Then let's go. You gotta run. I can't keep carrying you, okay? Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
Sorry.
All right.
All right, and you are back to composed. Run. Both roll speed checks.
Oh God, I don't know which of those I just rolled. Sorry.
2, 4, 6.
Ha! Well, you beat that speed check, or you beat that stealth check. So the thing sort of arcs its gun towards you, but then it loses sight of you. It starts to arc its gun around, looking for something to hit, but it doesn't seem to find anything, and heads back towards the battle and starts to curve that way.
Cool.
Wait, what did you say my speed was? 18?
It
Was
is
it
your.
8 plus
It's
10?
18. Yes.
I rolled 15 accidentally.
That's an 8.
Oh, thank
Cool.
God.
Success.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6.
Okay. So that's two full. That's almost a full success and a full success. So in your holding hands. So I'm gonna average it to a 7.
Gonna give you a yank.
Yeah, I'm gonna average it to a 7. The two of you run for the coordinates that he indicated. They're like off to the side. He has distracted the gun enough that it does not fire at you or anywhere near you. You manage to get to that foxhole, and as you do, you drop down into it. But Shin is still out on the battlefield among that pile of bodies.
All right, stay here. Wait, oh, is there someone in the foxhole yet?
No, it's a cave system heading down.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Stay here.
I'll hide. No, you take it.
That's what I'm trying to figure
Right.
out.
Yeah, I'll just hide. Regular hiding. Go, go.
Okay. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take it with me and go
Okay,
grab
you take
him.
the cloak?
Yeah.
Okay, so you grab the cloak and run for him.
Yeah.
Okay, roll a speed check, please. Actually, first roll a stealth check.
Do I have a stealth check?
You will in a second. Stealth. 23 for your stealth check. You have a really high stealth check. It's all that military training. You're doing good.
Can I be that pain in the ass to ask the question why I'm rolling a stealth check when I have a cloak on?
Yeah, because the cloak gives you a +10 to your stealth, but it still has to check for it.
Okay.
Same reason they had to check earlier. Because if somebody, say, caught the shimmer of a cloak, it's not a perfect device.
Optical
I'm sorry, it was
camouflage.
20,
Exactly.
23.
Yeah.
23,
Say they have,
23,
like,
23.
infrared scanners in that tank, you know?
Okay,
Exactly.
copy that. is going well. Yeah, it's a 4.
Medium success.
All right. So, as you run back out onto the field, you see that gun on that tank start to swing back towards you, targeting you specifically. It sees your heat signature. Roll for speed. You also see this, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, that's returner technology.
So what?
That's returner technology she's using.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Why would they fire on it?
I don't know if they'd be able to tell that. in
Okay.
the tank.
Yeah, if they don't recognize the thing underneath the cloak.
Yeah.
Six.
Okay. It makes a first fire that lands about 2 feet behind you. But you're already ahead of it, running ahead of this tank gun. You're heading up towards him, you're almost at him. Do you stand up? What do you
Yeah,
do?
I get up and run to her.
Okay, cool. So the two of you run together, you are now together. It's one, run back to the thing, but you're both under fire now.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll for that speed check.
I'm just gonna add the 2 willpower that I have that I didn't use that previous
Okay.
time, because.
It's a 2.
Ow. Wow. Wow! Okay. We are so fucked. Oh, shit.
Ooh, hard to tell. How many more dice is it supposed to be?
3, 4, 5. Just 1, so. Okay. Oh, that
That
was
helps.
better. Okay, so. Eight.
Okay. So, you're running back with him, and as you do, you trip. There's a body, it grabs your leg, trying to get help. You trip and fall. You run ahead just enough before you realize that you've lost him. You turn around, time seems to slow. The gun of the tank arcs towards you and fires. Roll defense.
God, you are now in combat with a tank.
You are now in combat with a returner tank.
2.
Okay, so it hits. It hits with the force of a tank shell. So, you're gonna roll a survival check.
Yeah. Okay.
This is. Hold on. Your stamina, your survival. Deceitful tactics plays into this. 10.
Roll 10. Okay.
You don't have any willpower left, right?
Nope.
Ah, no!
Holy crap.
Anything above a 3 is a live, but maybe not a full live.
9.
Holy junk!
Oh.
Okay, so the time seems to like slow down. He reaches out a hand to you as this tank shell lands, and his body goes flying, like over and over and over itself. The tank shell seems to have landed just in front of him, so he's sort of thrown backwards back into the battle. His body lands limp, but still alive. You can see that he's breathing and he's still intact.
Fucker, now I have to go back and get you!
He's like smoking though from all the nonsense.
Okay, well, I have to go get him. Shit, my speed checks have not been going very well, so I'm not. It's a speed check, right?
Yeah.
Fucking
So
fucker.
he will not be able to run. So once you grab him, you're gonna need to carry his weight on the rest of your speed check.
He's you said he's a tiny little guy, though.
He is.
So-
Not a big guy.
He is. Or you could just here's evil Jackson. Or you could leave him. But I don't imagine that's gonna happen.
I don't see us getting through the rest of this very well without him, so.
Yeah.
Oof, okay. I like that.
I believe you that if you'd rolled a 10, you would have just like caught the tank shell.
And thrown it back.
I've never had someone roll a 9 on a survival check. That's amazing.
I've never done that.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That's an 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So she runs, grabs you, and picks you up. The tank now follows you and tries to fire at you. Go ahead and roll your.
I can't roll another stealth check?
No, because it's already
Got
caught
me.
you. It's going. Just roll speed, which is him minus. It's your normal check
It's
minus
16
5.
minus 5.
So 11.
5, 6, 7, 8. All right, well, here we go.
Beat an 8.
Oy.
You're so funny.
I know.
Oh, you're an asshole.
I know.
That is not going to happen.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's a 7.
That's still not going to happen.
You had a 1. There was a 1 in there.
That's a 4.
Okay.
Hey, you're going to kill us both. I'm going to get really pissed.
Are there any grenades in here?
So as you run back towards the thing, one last shell. Like you can see her. You've got the like crispy body of Shin. You're running back towards this hole. The gun turns towards you and fires. Roll defense.
Fuck. You've got armor though.
Oh, do I add that?
No, your armor is an additive towards soak of damage.
Shit.
Okay, this is going to go well. All right. Are we both rolling defense?
No.
Oh, just me? Oh, great. Okay.
I can't roll anything.
That's a -1.
Oh.
Sorry, have fun finishing this without us.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay. V.A.S.T. All right. So.
Bye.
The tank shell lands, right between you and her as you sort of come up on it. Roll a survival check.
What's that?
Hold on. Stamina.
What, you mean my
Survival.
armor doesn't soak a tank damage? Like, really? What?
I know, right? 18.
All right, then. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Survival, you guys have, I guess, kind of seen this in the game. Survival checks are what happens when a character is right up against death. I sort of let them roll survival checks, and it's a way to just save your character, even if your character is, from a statistical perspective, unconscious or dead. And then we just sort of take whatever that means, and we roll it forward. This is so I don't have it's very hard to get a total party kill in one of my games because I hate killing one of my characters. You wouldn't imagine it, but I do actually hate killing my characters. So I stacked up the system so
Because then you don't get to see them in pain anymore.
exactly. Well, I know what I love is amputating their limbs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I kicked the shit out of that as
Yeah.
a 14.
Cool. Okay. So here's what happens. The shell goes off. It hits, and Kayla literally runs through the explosion. Her hair singes off as she does, leaving her bald. Half of the skin on her arm, her chest, and her face melts away, revealing a metal exoskeleton underneath. And a series of cybernetic implants, including ones that go up to now a fully cybernetic eye. She has this body in her other hand that she carries fully. She does not even recognize the pain. She just moves through it.
So basically I'm even cooler now, which is dope.
Because you're the freaking Terminator.
I love that.
You watch all of this happen as she lands in front of you, drops Shin to the ground, and looks at you with a half-human face.
Sorry. I'm losing it right now. I'm so sorry. On the plus side, I was just hit by a tank, so... What are you staring at? Let's go! Charlotte, stop. Let's go. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. I'm talking to you. Everything's cool. Let's go. We'll talk later. Go. Don't stop looking at me. I don't think that's helping. Go.
Let's go.
Is he still unconscious?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
so I still get
Very.
to catch. I get to carry this motherfucker again. All right, let's go.
You make your way through these corridors and find yourself on the other side after about a day's walk. Over the course of this, you learn that following her leaving the employ of the Sojourner Elite Guard, Kayla underwent a lot of procedures to give herself cybernetics, thus allowing her to, fight with larger weapons like the blunderbuss and the katana without having, stuff to help her do it, and exoskeletons and nonsense. She's become a sort of walking weapon, mostly just to make herself as badass as humanly possible, never thinking that it would someday save her life as much as it just did. It does look like most of that won't grow back, though, so now that's all exposed. But she seems to be taking it in stride. It takes the day for Shin to come back, but when you finally reach the other side of the tunnel, he wakes to the sound of his buddy, his buddy Paulie, who is coming out of the darkness with his own van at the back of him. Shin! Not looking so good, man. What happened?
What do I look like at this point?
You are very badly burned.
Okay.
You are walking, I think, like on her shoulder. You can only see out of one eye. Mm-hmm. Your senses, your ears are ringing. You're just kind of, you got hit by a tank shell and you didn't have a bunch of metal to protect you.
I'm a mess.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to have scarring for the rest of your life.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah, I've seen better days.
Am I cloaked?
And,
That's up to you.
Yep.
yeah, are you?
I think it's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. You two just...
Well, it's another 2 days journey to Cacophony. Where's the cargo? All I see is got a robot? What is this?
Watch it, Tiny.
My scary metal friend here is guarding the cargo.
Yeah, all right. So where is it? You said the minute I see it, I know this was all worth it. I just spent a lot of gas to get here.
Look, I turn to you and Invisible You. This guy and I go way back. We ran. Pretend I'm like really hurt and injured while I'm saying this. We've been working together for years. He's never let me down, but he needs to know what's going on.
I mean, I'm just gonna pull my sword just because if she's gonna, 'cause I know you're gonna do.
I look at you because I know you can see me under here. Decloak. How'd you like to end this war?
And he gives you a blank stare, looks over to you, looks back to...
Charlotte Rampel, pleasure to meet you.
Paulie Shu. Nice to meet you.
Can you get us to Cacophony?
Yeah. Yeah, I can get you to Cacophony. might want some stuff in return later.
These two have nearly died to get us this far. You'll be rewarded in whatever way I can manage.
Sojourner's got a lot to reward with. Sounds good to me. Let's go.
I recommend cloaking back up.
Oh, there that goes. And with that, you head to Cacophony. And since it is 11, I'm going to run down to the last moment here. When you return to when you arrive in Cacophony, an organization has already been set to put you in front of a small meeting of the Returner Council. The council does not believe that it is meeting with you. It believes that it is meeting simply with a peace delegation from Sojourner territory. And so when you do arrive, they have armed guards ready to take care of the delegation. However, when you reveal yourself, the whole place goes quite silent. It is this is a moment unlike any seen in their history before. The leader, really since your father, the leader here. The Returner Council is made of 6 counselors from the 6 primary tribes. The Bahrada, the First Peoples, El Futuro Unido, the Nation of the One Voice, the Tovar Shiraka, and the Union. Each of these have individual counselors, and we could do a whole individual counselor thing, but we have no time. So, I'm just going to say the 6 of them are arrayed there for you to speak to. You have with you, on one side, Shin, and on the other, Kayla Torvis. You want to give us an idea of the argument you make?
It starts this way. Rama Shakti of the Bharata, James Akoni of the First Peoples, Maria Gutierrez of El Futuro Unido, Ling Hua of the Nation of One Voice, Abbas Karimi of the Tovar Shiraka, and Lucille Bouquet of the Union. My name is Charlotte Rampel. We have come through the devastation of this awful war to be here because this needs to end. And you're going to stay here and listen to me until it does.
Going to stay here and listen to you?
Hold on. You met my father. He was a very different man. And his mistakes have set off the worst point in all of our species' history, I'd say, because there is no excuse after what we have been through for a needless and devastating war that has cost millions of lives. When the slate came, over half of us didn't make it off. All we have left is the few people who made it to Terra. And we've wasted 5 years killing each other for no reason. It ends now. You haven't answered my delegations, but I won't take that for an answer. So you're going to listen.
Okay.
But like 14 hours.
Yeah. And then Charlotte Rampel does that for 14 hours. Every single time someone tries to say no, they are shut down. Every time a returner decides that they are going to leave, Shin is there to remind him that he has leverage over them through his business contacts. Every time a military operation is sent in to try to stop Charlotte Rampel, Kayla Torvis shuts them down. There is any effort towards shutting down the longest peace speech in history is shut down by one of her two, one of the 2 heroes we've met today, who've been through all of this madness. And Charlotte Rampel single-handedly brings an end.
3-handedly.
Triple-handedly brings to an end the Sojourner-Returner War, changing Terra in many ways. Ways that we will see this season in Season 2 of V.A.S.T.
Ooh, excellently connected.
So, With that in mind, I'd like to give a sort of last moment for each of our characters here before we let them off into the wiles of history. To Shin, what do you think Shin did with the rest of his life?
He retired. Spent a lot of time recovering, probably, and then retired to that little patch of land in Sojourner territory, sort of near Returner territory, and just like stayed there on whatever like huge sum of money he received from the Sojourner government.
Awesome.
I'm gonna operate under the assumption that Charlotte did not make me pay for my own reconstructive surgery out of the $2.5 million that I got for winning.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that they ended up fixing most of that. I think I'd probably leave the eye alone.
Cool.
And then, I think I spent most of the rest of my days doing pretty much what they found me doing beforehand, although I would imagine if there was ever a special thing that Charlotte needed for the rest of her life, I imagined I answered that call.
Awesome.
Caleb, please.
And Charlotte?
And I said about dismantling this stupid monarchy that we, for some reason, have. And establishing. What? Made them call you princess. I consider going with princess for a while before we just decide on forming what would eventually be known as the Terran Republic.
Oh, right.
And with that, we will fade into history. The tale of Charlotte Rampel and Gerard Shin. I'm getting Shin and Shu mixed up all the time. I'm the worst. Gerard Shin and Kayla Torvis, who I'd love to just do a million games with. I had a blast tonight. This was so much fun. We were literally out there in the break talking about all the ways that Kayla Torvis can have her own spinoff. Guys, thank you so much. This was so much fun. This is like what I love about Tales from V.A.S.T. We just get to have a lot of fun and do weird stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna let everybody go. It's super late. From me, Jackson Lanzing, for Amanda Powers and Amy Dallin and Rick Bear here from the writers' room, and
Thank you for
finally
Terran
here
history,
in
Rick
the real
Bear!
world. And thank you for letting
My
me
pleasure.
play in the universe you created for once. This was a blast.
There's plenty more to come.
Oh yeah, there is.
Name of the alpha person who suggested this game. I'm so sorry.
Saftware.
It was
Saftware.
Saftware.
Thank you.
Thank you, Saftware. You're amazing. This was so much fun. I'm so glad we got to do this. And we will see you next week for an episode of V.A.S.T. Unlike any other. And that's really all I'm going to say. I guess I can say, like, it's technically, it's going to be a one-on-one game. So take from that what you will. A really fun time next week as we do some crazy, funny, weird stuff, and I've totally screwed up my sign-off now because I'm tired and it's late. So, again, for Amanda Powers, Amy Dallin, and Rick Bear, I am Jackson Lanzing, and I'll see you in the future.